Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We're going to be continuing with some more Fire Emblem Awakening Lunatic Plus gameplay today. We're doing chapter, I think this is chapter 18, Sibling Blades. Someone refight Yanfei, which there's a lot of interesting things that we have to talk about before we even start today's map. So, first of all, this map has a gimmick where every single turn one of these platforms gets destroyed and turned into magma, so it starts down here, here, and then they also start from the top left at the same time. These platforms start to get destroyed, so we're not going to have very much safe ground to stand on. And one difficult thing is that when the platforms get turned into magma, not only do they deal damage to our characters, but they also impede our movement, and they can also mess with enemy phase movement planning, because let's say, for example, I'm standing here, and I'm trying to bait this guy into attacking me. If this platform gets turned into magma, it will actually stop this guy from being able to attack me, because it gets turned to magma on enemy phase before the enemies move. So you have to factor that into your planning. The other thing is these 4 treasure chests. These will get destroyed when the magma destroys the platforms that they're resting on. I have my map here. I don't know if you guys can really understand it, but in the top left I wrote 11E. That means this gets destroyed on turn 11 on enemy phase. This one gets destroyed on turn 11 on player phase. So basically, before turn 10, you have to essentially rescue both of these chests. This one is also turn 10 enemy phase, and then this is the really big one. This chest is very far away from your starting position, and it gets destroyed on turn 7 enemy phase. You have to be extremely fast if you want to get to this one in time. I was able to do it during my practice runs, so I feel pretty good about it. Hey Amparesi, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Hey Asupapas, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well today. How are you doing? I do need to give a defense tonic to Saria. I'm thinking about giving her a permanent stat boost. She needed an extra 2 defense to be able to survive attacks against a specific enemy. But I'm also thinking, because I'm kind of using her as a primary combat unit now, I'm wondering what you guys think about possibly giving her the Nagas tier. It'll increase her HP by 5, which is a big deal because that's going to protect her against counter damage. And it also just gives all of her plus 2 to all of her other stats. It's going to help with getting one-shots. It's going to help with avoiding, getting killed by enemies. Hey Duke Nuka, welcome to the stream. Asupapas, this is definitely going to help you because you normally have issues with this map. Yeah, this one's really tough. I think this is one of the maps where if you don't know what you're doing, it can feel like it's like impossible to get these chests. Like there's no way you could ever get them before the platforms get destroyed. Though I will say, once you kind of learn the map and understand the map, it actually, on my previous attempt, I felt like I got to this chest and I was like, oh wow, it's actually like, turn 7 is actually a lot of time. Like, I can't believe they give you 7 turns to get all the way over here. So it kind of goes both ways, but having said that, this is not going to be an elegant solution. This map is an absolute brawl. You just have to like fight your way through this, but as a result, it's really fun. It's a really fun map. And Pressy says, if you can kill Grima with Lucina, tiny stats, you wouldn't die happily, but it sure would help. So I'm planning to defeat Grima with Lonku. That's kind of been one of the big plans for this whole run. So we're definitely not going to be doing it with Lucina. We're going to be building up Lonku to get the Grima kill. Hey Yard, welcome to the stream. Hey Tricky Burrito, welcome to the stream. Who else is a candidate for the tier? That's actually a really good question. So we could use the tier on probably either Lucina or Cynthia to make them strong immediately, because right now they're both kind of weak. Lucina in particular is extremely weak right now. I've been very struggling to even get her kills, so like the fact that we put in all this effort to get her Gale Force doesn't even matter because she cannot kill enemies. She can barely even damage them. So if we're gonna use stat boosters on anyone, I would say Lucina would be a really good candidate. Let's see, Yared, you were thinking, yeah, about the Naga tier. Yeah, so the Naga tier, I think Lucina would actually see, I wasn't even thinking about who else is a good candidate, because honestly, Saria is like kind of already good enough. So yeah, I think Lucina is actually the best candidate for it. Hey Charmander, you just sat down at your stream, at your PC. This is the perfect time. Lonku deserves the final blow, the man who fears nothing except for women. Yeah, let's actually, that was a really good question, and it made me realize I think we need to give it to Lucina, because Lucina has been struggling so much. I'm gonna give her the Nagas tier. Honestly, I'm considering giving her either like an energy, because I have a few energy drops. I'm considering giving her an energy drop. I don't think she needs a speed wing. I think her speed is like okay enough. I want to give her an energy drop though, because her strength is atrocious. And then, so let's just give Saria the defense tonic that we were gonna give her in that case, which is here, and then I'm also going to look at her matchup against the enemies and see if she can one-shot these wyverns, or sorry, these griffins, because I can't remember if she could or not during my playtesting. So one way I like to do this is I'm going to go here, I'm going to look at Arcwind. It has 6 might, so she's going to have 55 attack. These guys have, oh my god, they have an insane amount of HP. Okay, hold on, there's not, I don't think there's going to be any way to one-shot these guys. What did I say that she has? It's something plus 12. 43 plus 12 is 55. These guys have essentially 63 plus 9. They have 72 effective HP, so 72 minus 55 is 17. We'd have to get an extra 17 damage. Now I think we're getting from Robin's pair-up. Where's Robin? No, we're actually not getting a lot from Robin because we switched them over to a hero instead of a sorcerer. You've spent the last 4 hours dying to chapter 26 of Conquest Lunatic. Oh, good luck with that. Let's see, Anfarisi says he could kill a dragon that destroyed the world. Long Cruise in a nutshell. Hey, Neff, welcome to the stream. Good morning to you as well. Yeah, Long Q's awesome. Every time I say Saria's name, you get Zelda Ocarina of Time flashbacks. Yeah, the name thing is, it's just something that we're gonna have to live with for now. Okay, so let me try to think if I can get an extra 17 damage with her. So I think one of the ways we could do this is either forging an Arcwind tome or forging a Wind tome. So what do we have in terms of tomes? Elwind. I don't want to do Elwind, but the problem with the Arcwind is it doesn't have enough full charges, but we can actually get full charges onto it, so hold on a second. I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna go like this. No, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna restock. Then I'm gonna put this back into Sumia's inventory. Doing this allows Saria to be holding a full stack, a 30 out of 30 stack of Arcwind. So if we do forge it, we're gonna get the maximum amount of money from it. So let me check one more thing really quick. Okay, so we will get +1 magic from the Robin pair up. So we would need an extra 16. 16 divided by 3 is 5. So we actually couldn't get it even if we forged. Well, we'd have to do a magic tonic, and we'd have to do a max forge on our Arcwind tome. I don't think that's worth it. I cleared the map already without having a forged Arcwind tome, without being able to one-shot these griffins. So I think we're gonna be fine. Let's just let's start getting into attempts. We might clear this on the first attempt. I'm not sure. This map is very much, it's just like a brawl. So if you can get through it, you can kind of get through it. But if you can't, you just can't. Okay, so here's the details on this map that I want to explain to you guys. I already went over the collapsing platforms. I'm not going to talk about this over and over again for the entire stream. Just pay attention. The platforms are going to collapse. We have to keep moving. So what I found, in my personal opinion, the best thing to do is to get all of your characters together and start working on the right-hand side and just push down this flank so you can get around here. If you can get around here before turn 5 or 6, you can very easily leapfrog over here and grab this chest on turn 7. And while you're doing that, the griffins are going to be constantly moving towards your party, but you can notice there's something going on here. There's a huge crevice full of lava right here down the middle, and that makes this area really good to set up on, because as long as you can handle the flow of the incoming griffins, most of the enemy melee units have to go all the way around to be able to reach you. They either have to go around this way, or they have to go all the way around this way. And that means you can really take your time picking off these enemies one at a time while they come at your troops, and you're not going to get overwhelmed as quickly. This tile right here is also incredibly significant because it can only be targeted by one enemy at a time, even the griffins. There's something about the griffins. They can fly over lava tiles, but they cannot stop above lava tiles. That means this griffin here can actually only attack you from this position. He can't fly here or here and attack you. And because of that, even if you have like multiple griffins within range of you, if you're standing here, only one enemy can ever attack you. It's so important. We have to keep that in mind. It's very, 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 very important information. And we are going to be operating with that in our mind. So we're going to go here. Let me check my damage on this guy. So I'm probably going to have to use the silver sword here for hopefully 18 damage if I can hit. So we're going to go like this. We're going to pair up. She's going to go over here. We're going to be using the advantage of the Bow Knight, which is that They can attack from 2 range, they can chip down enemies, they can bait in dual strikes. They're relatively tanky and fast, so there's nothing here is going to be able to kill her. Everything here was just going to hit her one time and then leave her on low HP, which is totally fine. Now, ideally, we would like to set up a situation where either Cynthia or Lucina can kill this enemy, but these Swordmasters are quite difficult to take down. I'm not sure if we can do it, so let me check on that first. So 17. If we could double this guy, we could deal 34 damage. So if we can get a little bit of extra speed and a little bit of extra attack, maybe we can do it. I think we can actually get +6 speed and we can get +2 strength. I don't think +2 strength is enough, so that could be the problem here. Lucina also is not going to be able to double. No, Lucina won't be able to double. 15 damage. So I think we're going to be 1 point short of the kill here. 19 plus 19. No, yeah, we're going to be 1 point short of the kill. So if we do a reset, we're going to give a strength tonic to Cynthia so that she can get this kill more reliably. Otherwise, we're essentially going to be hoping for either a crit or a dual strike here. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. We got it. Okay, we got the dual strike. That's fine. So that triggers Gale Force. Now Cynthia can just fly out of here safely. Next, we're going to be doing Prom and Sumia. So they should be able to get rid of one enemy pretty safely. This guy right here doesn't have counter, but we really don't like leaving him alive because he has the ability to kind of rush down and kill whoever he wants to. So I'm gonna see if potentially I could take him out with the Beast Killer. I think this is enough. Yeah, so as long as this guy doesn't spawn with counter, you can usually kill him with the Beast Killer, which is good news for us. I think I'm going to kill someone else first, and then I'm going to run back and kill him second. Let me see about this guy. Can I kill him with the Javelin? Well, he has counter, so I'd like to get rid of him now if I can. The Javelin won't get the kill. Okay, so we're going to do it this way instead. We're going to go like this. We're going to kill this guy with the Beast Killer. Dodge there would have been nice, but it's fine. Now we're going to chip him down with the Javelin. Let me count our damage. 19 times 2 is 21. 56 minus 21 is 35. Is there any way that Crom can deal 35 damage? No. So we're basically just going to be hoping for 2 steel bow dual strikes. Not very likely, but if we don't get it, it's okay. We're planning around this. We actually got it, and for some reason we actually only needed 1 dual strike, so I must have miscounted something. If he got left alive on low health, what I would have done is flown over here and then had Lucina finish him off with her bronze bow, and then that would have triggered Gale Force, and then she could have ran away. But we don't need to do that now. So, I'm going to see if there's anything that I can fight on enemy phase this turn, safely. Problem is I have to check overlapping ranges on these guys. 6, 8. This guy should go farthest, but unfortunately he does have counter, so we won't be able to enemy phase him, so we're just going to have to leave him alone for now. What I'd like to do is... I'm going to have to rescue you, but I'm wondering if you can do it. You can rescue... In fact, that's 14 over 2. Stop. I mean, that's 7. I know 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, okay, so... Cynthia will be able to rescue, but unfortunately if I rescue her, it's actually going to drop her in this position, which we cannot allow. Or can we? We could if Crom was in the... No, yeah, we could if Crom was in the lead. We can't do it with Sumi in the lead. With Sumi in the lead, the warrior will come over and kill me with his bow. Tricky. I really would have liked to rescue with Cynthia if I could. Now, I could technically rescue over here, but I don't think this square is going to be safe. Alright. Hey Danny, welcome to the stream. Hey Paolo, welcome to the stream. Hello Sully Betic, welcome. Hello Poochievert, welcome to the stream. Hello X, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing very well today. From what you remember, let's see, you guys are talking about Birthright and Conquest. I'm not going to read any messages that aren't related to Fire Emblem Awakening. You guys can chat about it if you want, but I'm not going to read anything that's not related to Fire Emblem Awakening, because I'm trying to focus on the gameplay today. 1 second. I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone else. Sully Beddick. Let's see. There's only about a 7% chance of Cynthia failing to 1-round KO that guy. Oh, really? So then the offense was actually a lot better than I thought. Hey, Xander, welcome to the stream. It's really insane how weak the children are in this game compared to their parents when they're first recruited, says Neff. Yeah, we've talked about this a lot already. I've been talking about this a lot. How the child units in this game are very overrated. Okay, we can handle Rexcalibur. None of these guys have counters, so that's really good. We might be able to end the turn in their range. The unfortunate thing is this Paladin. We're not going to be able to deal with this Paladin, so we're going to have to stay out of his range no matter what. That means we're going to have to figure something out with regards to these Griffins. I would like to enemy phase them if possible. While I think about my strategy on the right-hand side, I'm just going to go around and highlight all the enemies on the map. This is something that I just like to do. That way, while I'm playing through the map, I can see the full threat range of every enemy. And then when I'm looking at a specific enemy that I want to deal with, I will deselect just that one enemy. And then, you know, worry about how to deal with them. Like, for example, I know I'm going to kill 1 or 2 of these guys, so I can just kind of ignore them for now. I think we're going to have to get 2 rescues off with Lisa. Because I would like to be able to attack multiple times here. Okay, I have an idea. If we can fly over here, with our steel bow, we can kill this guy. I'm wondering if it's worth it to actually kill some of these guys instead. I don't want to take 40 damage though. So what if I kill this guy? Now I need Saria to kill you. Here's the problem, I'm not going to get all the rescues that I want if I do it this way. This Paladin is really a problem. Okay, let me... and unfortunately he has exactly Aegis, which is going to make it so I can't really Nosferatu tank him either. I mean, let me count how much damage Saria will potentially take. So 46 plus 47 plus 48. The big problem is that both of these guys have Aegis, which means I'm not going to be getting very much healing off of them. The good thing is none of them have Luna. The bad thing is this guy has counter. Him having counter is a huge problem for me. Minus 23, minus 23, minus 9, minus not, excuse me, minus 14. We're going to take 63 damage, which is almost enough to kill us. We're going to take 63 damage at base. Then we're going to be healing with Nosferatu for... well, we're going to kill this guy, so we can just say 25. So 25 from him. That already takes us down to 38. We're probably going to be killing the... I don't know, actually. 45 minus 9. 36. Cut in half. 18, so 38 minus 18 minus 18. That puts us down on just 2 damage that we've taken total, but trust me, things are going to get a lot worse. This is going to be the big one. Well, because we're only dealing half damage to him, we're also only taking half as much damage from counter, so we might be able to tank through this. So the next thing we need to check is how much damage we deal to this guy. It's going to be 45. No, we're not going to be healing for that much. We're going to be healing for half of that much. So it's actually going to be 38 minus 9 minus 9. So that's going to put us on 20 damage that we're taking. That's a pretty big difference. 20 damage that we're taking. The next thing we need to look at is 45 45 minus 17 is 28, and then we cut that in half. is 14, and then we cut that in half again. That's... But hold on a second. So we're going to deal 14 to ourselves. So that puts us at 34 damage taken. Then we reduce by 7, and then we reduce by another 7. That actually puts us at only 20 damage taken. I think Saria can just tank... I think she just tanks through all of this. It does mean we're going to have to use all of our Nosferatu charges. Which makes me wish I had remembered to give her a second stack, because that was something I was supposed to do. We actually also don't kill this guy, which is insanity. Is there any way for me to attack first and then trade the Nosferatu in her hands? I don't think so. No. Alright, we're just gonna have to get a dual strike here. Oh, no, hold on a second. Oh, this is actually tricky. This is actually very complicated. We need to not dual strike on enemy phase, but we need a dual strike to kill this guy. Yeah, okay, so we need a lot of things. We need a lot of things, guys. I'm sorry, but we need a lot of things. We need Cynthia. Cynthia needs a strength tonic. Tharia needs magic tonic. She needs Nosferatu. Is that a one round KO? Yeah, it's 70 damage. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna write this down anyway. So if I have to reset, I'm gonna give the right items to my characters. Xander, you beat this map for the first time on Lunatic Plus last week. Congratulations. Yeah, this is the kind of map, these late game maps, in my opinion, are the kind where, like, you can beat them. Like, if you have to, like, you can beat them. Okay, so here's a problem. If we don't kill the Paladin, we're going to deal counter damage to ourselves twice when attacking him, and that is going to suck. But I think we're okay. I kind of calc that we only take around, what was it, 20 damage? So at worst, we're going to take, like, 40 damage. Like, in the absolute worst case scenario, I think we're going to take 40 damage. The only thing that I think can really screw us over here is if we kind of get, like, maybe if we get, like, a crit at the wrong time. If we deal a ton of damage to the enemy without killing them, it means we're going to deal a ton of counter damage to him. But also, we're going to be healing all of that damage. So I think we're... I honestly, I think we're fine. I think we're actually fine here. Okay, unfortunately, I don't see any way that we can rescue using Cynthia this turn, so I'm just gonna fly her out of enemy range. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna rescue over here first. So let's do this. Hold on a second. Where can she reach? She can reach here. I think if I rescue here, Sumi will go to this position. I really hope so. That's what I'm really hoping is gonna happen. Nope, she went to the exact opposite of where I wanted her to go. Cool. Alright, we're gonna go like this. Now we're gonna rescue Lonk back over here. Is there any way for Henry to reach him? Yes, okay. And I think just the Griffin can reach him, and the Griffin does not have counter. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rescue Lonk. Would have been really cool if I rescued Sumi to the other side of myself. Here, this will potentially bait the Griffin over to attack Lonku instead of Saria. If that works, it's probably to our advantage. Then we're going to... No, why would you trade with Noe instead of Lonku? We're going to trade the silver sword into his hands. Then we're going to go like this. We're going to separate these two just in case they need to be separated next turn. The unfortunate thing about this configuration, so there's multiple things that are bad about what happened here. If Sumia was dropped on this side, we could have Cynthia fly over and heal her, which would have been good. Because Cynthia can fly here, Sumia would have been here, we could have healed her back to full, so she would have been on full HP for the next turn. Fortunately, we cannot do that. The other thing is that Olivia would have been on this side, which is very important because this platform is going to get destroyed next turn, which means that Olivia's movement is going to be hampered. So if Olivia was on this side, it would have been a lot better for us. But we just have to live with it. I'm going to go here. I'm actually going to take this concoction and use it. So I'm going to need some HP next turn. Alright, let's see what happens. The good thing about these platforms is they do damage the enemies, which gives us better one-shot thresholds. Don't know if that matters. Yeah, she needs a magic tonic badly. Okay, so the Griffin went for her instead of Lonk. Don't know why he would do that. Yeah, so I think we're going to counter damage ourselves twice, which is kind of unfortunate. The Vengeance proc helped that secure the kill for us. Yeah, so I'm kind of annoyed because now we have this whole passageway on the right is now cluttered with enemies that we weren't able to finish off. So that we can't start chipping away at these guys. The good thing is, as you can see, there's not a lot of overlapping enemy range here. So if we can clear these two enemies, and then Saria can stand here, she can kill this guy, and then she can enemy phase this guy. This guy does not have pass, and he does not have counter. So if we can get Saria into this position, she can definitely hold this guy on enemy phase. So let's work on that now. First thing, Lonku's gonna just run up and kill this guy. Steel Axe should be enough to finish him off if I need to. I'm gonna wait first though, I'm gonna see other potential kill setups that we have. Because we have to think about what we're doing on the left-hand side too. Okay, so this guy deals 48 minus 19. This guy deals 29 damage. If we can get above 29, we can survive one more turn in this position. I would like to do that if I can. Unfortunately, because our health is low, we can't attack. So we're just gonna have to heal. I think it's because, actually, he doesn't have Hawkeye. If we could attack this turn, we could take out one of these birds, which would have been nice. Unfortunately, we can't do that. We have to heal this turn. Do we have to heal this turn? Yeah, we have to heal this turn. Do we have a concoction? Yes, we do. So we're gonna use our concoction. I really wish this game had quick salve. It's such an awesome skill. It's such a fun skill. The only issue now is that if one of these enemies sees a kill on Noire, they will, this guy will move out of the way, and then the guy who can kill her will move into that position. But I don't think that's going to happen because this guy here has the highest attack power, and he's already the one attacking her. What I'd like to do now, if possible, is try to set up a kill on this guy, or this guy. Can Sumia reach? She can. I think having Sumia do it is the smartest thing because of the fact that she baits in these Crom dual strikes so reliably. We can also arc wind this guy. So all we need to do is just hit one dual strike here. Got it. Lisa's holding the Physic, and she had to rescue twice this last turn, so she can't Physic if she's rescuing twice. Vengeance is never going to cause problems with the procs because it's not affected by Aegis and Pavis. So the extra damage you get from Vengeance is just always going to be like pure damage that would just outright kill the enemy without killing you with counter damage. And you're also going to heal off the damage that the extra damage that you're dealing with Vengeance. You're just going to heal half of it anyway. So it's very unlikely for Vengeance to ever screw you over, especially if you're trying to tank enemies that have Aegis. Vengeance will almost never screw you over because it's gonna give you just like pure damage that's not gonna be cut in half, and that damage is just gonna instantly delete the enemy. Like you would have to be at like very specific HP values. Like maybe if we were at like 40 HP and Vengeance caused us to deal 10 extra damage, and the 10 damage was like just exactly enough to kill us. But in my opinion, that's so rare it's not even worth calcing for. Alright, I'm going to search for some more enemies that I can potentially either player phase or enemy phase. But I also need Lisa to start rescuing some characters. Let me think about her range. It's 14. If she's standing here, how far can she reach? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, she can reach pretty far. She can pretty much cover this entire section of the map. So let me think if there's any enemies over here that I would like to take out. Any additional enemies I would like to take out. Getting rid of this guy would be really nice. I can hit him with Elf Thunder too. Yeah, Elf Thunder makes a lot of sense. The Steel Bow does 20 damage. Honestly, I'm just going to use the Steel Bow here, because I'm mostly banking on crits, and if I don't kill him, it's fine. Leaving him on low health is okay. So now what we can do is, I believe we can rescue Sumia back over here. Like this. Alright. So, what I could do is have Cynthia fly over here, kill this guy, and then run back out. But I'm gonna wait because I need to see if she needs to rescue anyone first. Alright, so now let's think about what's going on over here. Is there any way that Henry can kill this guy? Answer seems to be no, because of, Aegis. Aegis is just gonna make it too difficult to hit the threshold. Alright, so I'm gonna need, I'm actually gonna do this. Yeah, this makes more sense than what I was trying to do before. Go like this. God, these guys are so tanky. I want to use these two characters to clear out these two enemies. What if we do something like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This could work. We'd have to... No, actually that doesn't work because he has exactly Pavis. What about from here? What's her movement again? It should be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She actually doesn't quite reach where she needs to. So she'd have to kill with the javelin, but if she kills with the javelin, then she won't be able to reach. She won't be able to get back over here in time. So that doesn't work. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. I'm trying to imagine how I'm supposed to do this. 27. Oh my god, I just misclicked rally speed. That might have just ruined it. That might have just killed the entire run. We might be okay, but that was really bad. That decelerated our offense in a horrible way. I'm going for Killer Bow here. I need crits and or dual strikes. Got the crit. That was really bad, guys. That was about as bad as it could have been. I'm not completely done yet, but that really hecked me over. So I have to go like this. I have to go here now. I have to dance for Long Ku. Get him over here. I can at least put Noe back in the lead, so that's one good thing about this configuration. Steel Axe here. Now we can go like this. We don't need to use Nosferatu this turn, and we can re-equip Robin this turn. I have to do something about these misclicks. I've been way too bad on that stuff. He actually can't hit us because of Tomebreaker, and we guaranteed kill him. So yeah, we're fine. That sucked, guys. That really sucked. All that planning for nothing. One turn kill. Alright, we're on turn 3. We have 4 more turns to still get to this chest, and we're not that far away from it. So this is what I was talking about before. If you know what you're doing, 7 turns to get to this chest is actually not that bad. The big problem now is going to be clearing out these guys. And of course, multiple of them have counter. So we have to factor in that now. We have to do something about these guys with counter. This guy does not have counter, but he does have flight, which makes him a huge annoyance. I could sandbag for 1 turn. I could start using Sumia to chip down on this side. I need to rescue Noire this turn. She can't survive any longer over there. So I need to rescue her. I have 14 range, I believe. So I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. I can reach her from over here, so I should be fine. Is there any way we can fly in, do some Gale Force action, and fly back out? What we can do is this. We can attack this guy. Hopefully get rid of him. And then rescue her back to safety. Might as well make use of her attack before we pull her out of there. Yeah, the rally button is really easy to misclick. The first time you played Awakening, you had a lot of trouble keeping everyone but Frederick, Crom, and Robin alive. That's a pretty common issue that people have on even hard difficulty and above, like for the first time. It's just one of those games. The enemies are very... Like, the enemy quality in this game is insane. Like, it's absurd how overpowered the enemies are in this game. Alright, we're going to be using Sumia for this. This guy has a spear, and means we're not going to be able to fight him. Alright, let me heal her before... Is there any way we can heal her before we move? That's going to complicate things. I don't think we can afford to heal her, so we're going to have to do something like this. Javelin. Pray for a dual strike. By the way, I missed this. I missed one of these during my test run. I think it was actually this specific... I remember missing it. That's probably why it popped into my... the memory popped into my head. Actually, I'm pretty sure I missed it on this turn. I hit this guy twice, and I missed 2 chances to dual strike at 90%. Which is pretty unlikely. Even though this doesn't use 2RN, it's basically a 1% chance to not get a dual strike from Chrom. And we missed it. Plus, I didn't get a crit or anything either. This time I got it. That's, you know, pretty expected. Alright, I have to be a little bit careful because we need to rescue multiple times this turn. So let me get my first rescue out of the way first. Do any of these guys have pass? This guy has pass, and this guy has really far movement with flight. This is going to cause a... This is... I'm in a lot of trouble right now. I have to figure out who reaches this tile here. So it should be this guy, this guy, this guy. There's still more enemies who can reach this tile. Who else can reach it? This guy can reach it. This guy can reach it. This guy can reach it. Oh my god. He can reach it. Yeah, I mean, there's no way Saria tanks through all of this. There's just no way. I can't even find the other guy. There's one more guy who still reaches it. Is it you? No, it's not you. Who's still reaching this tile here? Is it you? Yeah, it's you. So I'd have to be able to tank all of these enemies in a single enemy phase. And depending on how many have counter, that might be impossible. This guy has counter, that's a huge problem. 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 Yeah, that's not happening. So we're not going to be able to do that. So let's go back to reselecting all the enemies. I think we need to... We need to kill both of these enemies with characters who are capable of getting back to safety. And that means we're going to have to use Lucina here. We're going to have to pray for a Lucina dual strike. What's 23 times 2? 46. Yeah, and then that's going to get cut in half. That's not going to do it. The problem is, even if we get a dual strike here, that doesn't kill. What about the Beast Killer? We kill ourselves with counter damage. Can we get a Beast Killer dual strike? For 36. So 10 plus 10 plus 36 is 56. That will kill. I think we need this here. We need a dual strike here. Got it. That's huge. That is massive. Okay. We're almost done. Almost done. Almost done. So if Lonku kills this guy, or if Noe kills this guy, we can pull them back to safety. These two can fly themselves back to safety. And then we also need to rescue Noire. So we need at least two rescue stabs. Hold on a second, I have a plan. We can actually use Cynthia for this. She can't double, but I don't think Lonku can kill. We're gonna have to go for killer bows again. Yes, this is fine, this is fine. We're in a good position here. If we don't crit or dual strike, we would be fine there, because what I would have done is I would have switched Cynthia into the lead. I would have used Cynthia to kill, then Cynthia would have triggered Gale Force, and then Cynthia could have done what I'm about to have her do now, which is this. She's gonna go over here. So Cynthia's going to go here, and she's going to rescue Lonk back to safety. That's going to put him right at the edge of the range of the enemy mage. So if the enemy mage wants to run over and attack him, he can enemy phase them with his killer bow. Now I need to think about, is there any good thing that Sumia can do this turn without leaving herself in like lethal range of any enemies? Probably not. Probably the best thing for her to do is end her position in a turn where she can like get some work done on the following turn. Before I get too far, let me do this. Pull you back to safety. Now there's an interesting thing happening right here. I just noticed this square is only threatened by probably 1 or 2 enemies. This guy with the silver bow, this guy with Bolganon. Can anyone else reach it? No, it's just the silver bow and the Bolganon. Alright, let me get caught up on chat. Hey Draconis, welcome to the stream. It's been a while since you've been here. Hello Garrett, welcome to the stream. Good evening. Alright, so let me see about taking 2 hits from these guys. It's going to be 54 plus 43 damage plus Luna. That's 97. I highly doubt any of my characters can take that. Not the characters that I want to. I would have to pull Saria back for 1 turn. Which, I don't know, maybe that's okay. Well, I wonder if Robin can do it. Minus 18. Minus 22. That's 57 damage. Robin doesn't actually take it. I bet Saria actually takes it better. 97 minus 14 minus 16 is 67. Actually, she would have to use Nosferatu to survive. Look. I have to sneeze, which I just did. I can also dance. I have a dance remaining. I don't know who I would actually dance for this turn, to be honest. Is there any way to deal with these guys? Other than using Nosferatu. I'd really like to not use Nosferatu if I don't have to. Damage will go down by 2 when he switches to his bow, but that's not gonna help me. I have to get into the convoy too at some point. I have to get into the convoy because I need another Nosferatu stack. Honestly, yeah. Okay, hold on. I know what I need to do. I actually know exactly what I need to do. I need to get rid of this guy. Or weaken him to the point where I can finish him next turn with Gale Force. I'm still in range of this guy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, yes. Okay. Is he the only guy who reaches there? Yes, okay. So I'm gonna dance for you. I think I'm just gonna put you here with Nosferatu equipped. I'm not going to use a concoction. I don't think any of them can one-shot me. Yeah, I don't know, actually. 54. Minus... $38. I think she survives on 1 here. I'm willing to bet on that. Now here's the tricky part. When I use my staff to rescue Sumia, I don't know exactly where she's gonna go. In fact, I can put her over here. This is the best move. Put her over here. I've gotten to the point in the game where, because now I can buy infinitely buyable rescue staffs, it's actually better to use like the one-use rescue staff. That way I have full stacks available, and I can like pass them around and just like organize them more cleanly. Whereas earlier on in the run, you want to keep the one-use rescue staff so that you can split them up between your characters. Hey Spin, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming today. Garrett says, bless you, thank you. Oh, did I update you guys on the situation with the baby birds? The other day, when Millie was over here, we found a bird's nest in the window outside my apartment. That's why the birds have been chirping so much lately. And I haven't heard them chirping at all today, so I'm assuming they must have finally flown away. I think they finally flew away. But they were here the other day. It was really cool. We didn't take any pictures, unfortunately. But there was some baby birds out there. So if anybody's been wondering why there's been so much birds chirping in the background in my streams lately, that's actually why we solved the mystery. Anyway, let's play out this enemy phase. In fact, I think Sari's going to survive on 3 instead of surviving on 1, because the enemy switched to a weapon with 2 less attack power. Survives on 2, okay, and then Vengeance proc. Epic Vengeance proc there. Ton of damage. I'm going to throw the Silver Lance away and keep the Concoction. Silver Lance doesn't help her at all. Concoction helps her a lot. Got another Vengeance proc. That is a really good example of why Vengeance is so good on Lunatic Plus. Because of the fact that because of the way that it ignores Aegis, we managed to deal a ton of extra damage there. Because the extra damage is just it's based purely on your HP. How much HP you're missing. It has nothing to do with the enemy defensive stat or skills. Alright, now we're in a world of trouble. All of the far and fast moving enemies are coming this way now. Most especially these paladins. They will overrun us very quickly if we're not careful. And we also have to get rid of multiple flyers. The good thing is we can now switch our tactics. What we can do is send our flying units, Sumia and Cynthia, over here. And then we can also rescue any characters over here if we need to. So we can jump back over here, and then we can just have Saria over here by herself, holding off everything that she needs to, with Nosferatu tanking. Looks like some people just joined the Discord server. I can't see your message right now. Hold on a second. Oh, hello. Hello, Honor. Thanks for joining the Discord. I pinned the message. There's a link to the Discord chat if anybody wants to join it. Who can lockpick, by the way? Lonku. We specifically built Lonku for this. That was like a big part of this run, was building our Lonku with Lock Touch, Lethality, Move +1. Vantage doesn't really help that much. Duke Nuka says World of Trouble is an understatement. So I will say it's not as bad as it looks. It looks it looks horrible. It's actually not as bad as it looks. As crazy as that sounds, it's really not as bad as it looks. So first of all, God, why is Lucina so weak? She literally cannot one-shot with effective damage. She can only deal 46 to this guy. Is there any way I can... Like, there's just nothing I can do against these guys. I can have Lonku, kill him. I shouldn't be using the killer bow, that's a waste. I think I need to just do this. Does he have Lancebreaker? He doesn't have Lancebreaker. I'm gonna save... Hold on, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna save my action. I don't want to act yet with her. Alright, so I want to kill one of these guys because they have overlapping ranges. Am I scared of the Killer Lance, or am I more scared of this guy? I'm actually more scared of the Killer Lance. So I'm gonna go here. Unfortunately, we cannot use the Beast Killer, because we'd have to get into one range with him. Maybe I can Physic here, or hold on a second. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky. This is going to be very, very tricky. It's definitely bad. It's not as bad as it looks, but it's pretty bad. These two can't get over there. If we can kill just one of these guys, we can free up a lot of space. The problem is neither Sumia or Cynthia or Lucina is really good at killing them. So we kind of have to just really just pray for a dual strike or a crit or just anything. And This bow's not going to deal enough. That's only 18 damage. So we would deal 11 plus 11 plus 18. We'd only deal 40 damage here. What about this guy? If we use Elf Thunder, I mean, we have a higher chance to crit, but that's... Alright, what about leaving these two alive and then letting Saria fight both of them? So what if we go this way instead? And start chipping away at the other guys. Fortunately, this guy's in a position where I can't really target him. I can't afford to fight that guy. I'm trying to think if there's any way I can maybe do this. Use the physics staff. That will put her on 40. Then she could use the beast killer on this guy. Yeah, that's I think we have to do that. So go here. Physic. Here. Use the beast killer. Nice. I should have taken off the Innisbow, by the way. I don't need the Innisbow. I don't need a Killer Lance either. Silver Lance is better. The big thing about the Killer Lance that makes it so good is that you can use it with a lower weapon rank, but once you have the weapon rank, you don't really need it anymore. We should go back to the Steel Bow. Go here. Just Arc Wind this guy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I can use Cynthia to pull Lonku to safety. Although I actually want Lonku on this side though. How far can this guy move? He doesn't have pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then he can't move on to the hazard tile. So whoever stands here can actually body block this guy. The question is, can any of the other knights reach? Or any of the other paladins reach? And if so, will I have to deal with counter damage? This guy is the big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. He will be able to reach me unless I intentionally stand on the hazard tile. I don't know if I can justify standing on the hazard tile. So let me see if I can survive against both of these guys. 48 plus 47. These Nosferatu calcs are going to be the death of me. Minus 32, minus 32. That's a pretty high amount of damage. That's 31 alone right there. I really need to get into the convoy, and I have no way of doing it now. The fact that we never got into the convoy, it might cost us this run, because she absolutely needs to have more Nosferatu charges. Let's see. Neff says, you like the idea of Aegis and Pavis. They would be much better if they weren't proc skills. Then again, that would break the game worse than people already say it is. So in Lunatic Plus, they're not proc based. They're just always on, and I would say they cause more problems than they solve. Unfortunately, they do create an interesting dynamic where, in theory, the way that it's supposed to work is that if an enemy has Aegis, you should use an enemy with you should use a character with physical weapons. If they end up having Pavis, you should use a character with magic or with bows to chip them down or kill them. The problem is, it doesn't really work that way in practice. What really happens is that if there's an enemy that you need to fight, let's say this enemy, for example, we really need... I'm just using a complete hypothetical here. Let's say we really needed Frederick to be the character to kill this enemy. If he rolls Pavis, that's just it. It just doesn't work. There's no actual way to play around it. It just means that Frederick can't do what he's supposed to do, all because of the enemy getting a random skill. And then the worst thing is when they get Aegis counter or Pavis counter, because there are a lot of ways to play around counter, and if enemies only get counter without Aegis or Pavis, you can play around counter. It is a very fair and balanced skill. But if they get the specific counter like Aegis combination or a counter Pavis combination, they become impossible to play around. So they're like every single thing that's impossible to play around in Lunatic Plus is actually derived from Aegis and Pavis, especially early on when you don't really have like a lot of characters and a lot of strategies. On your last playthrough, you power trained Cynthia to Falco Knight 20, and then you reclassed her into a super fast general. That sounds really fun. I've been looking at the potential of the general class lately. It's one of the classes that's on my radar, because it's one of the classes that can use the Beast Killer effectively. Draconis, how do you become a bee in the Discord? So there's a channel called Rolls, and at the very bottom there's a message that says, click on this, let's see, what does it say? Click on this very normal-looking human if you would like to receive notifications about Millie's streaming activities. We decided to separate the streaming notifications between like my streams and her streams. She said that she didn't think, or she said that she thought that there was probably going to be people who want to watch my streams and don't want to watch her streams, and so she just told me to just make a separate notification for her. So, well, at first she said not to do it. Just to not do the notifications. But then this morning she told me to just make a separate notification thing for her, so I just decided to do that. And the bee thing is a reference to her last stream, where the people in the chat were all acting like bees, which was pretty amusing. Awakening allows for some very strong player phase sweeping. Yeah, especially like once you get Gale Force, you can do like hit and run tactics, which I really love. You can also use the rescue staff for hit and run tactics. Dual strikes at least ignore Aegis and Pavis, true, but unfortunately getting 100% dual strike is very difficult. Alright, who do I want to pull over here? I think I want to pull this pair over, because I don't think they're going to be helping very much on the right hand side anymore. So let me do this. Rescue this duo. I got very sidetracked, by the way. I don't feel like doing Nosferatu math. I'm not in the mood for it. So, we're just gonna go like this. We're gonna go like this. I'm gonna equip Nosferatu. I'll even use a concoction here because I have plenty. Then we're gonna dance here. And we're gonna pull Lonku back to safety. And we even have one spare action to potentially set up an enemy phase against this guy. I don't think it's going to work, though, because he has counter. I think it's probably a better move to just use this turn to heal Noire. Yeah. Alright, so we're hoping that Saria survives here. Gotta be careful, we're getting close to that turn. So that's a full heal. Now I don't think there's any way that the next guy should be able to kill us. So I think we're fine here. Like I said, it's not as scary as it looks, especially with the power of Nosferatu sweeping. That's a problem. We dealt a lot of counter damage to ourselves. That was the exact Vengeance proc that we didn't want. That is a really good example of when Aegis just completely screws you over. If that guy didn't have Aegis, we would have been fine there. But him having Aegis cut the base damage of our attack in half, which was just enough to leave him alive on low health. And then him being alive on low health is what killed Saria there. That's fine. I'm scrolling up. I wrote some notes in the chat earlier. I need to give some items to some characters. I'm also thinking about forging a bow for Lucina. I'm just tired of the fact that Lucina can't one-shot, one-round anything, not even with effective damage. She's getting on my nerves, honestly. Like, we've invested so much effort into this Lucina, and she is still so crappy. I'm even thinking of giving her an arm scroll. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. Like, at this point, we're just gonna go all in on her. We've invested so much effort. Like, we can't, like, it's a sunk cost fallacy at this point. But I just can't. Like, we can't go this far and then turn back. We have to keep going until she eventually becomes good. You have to plan a lot better if you want Lucina to be good. Particularly, we needed to have like a Generation 2 partner that's better for her. We kind of just pivoted into a partner, like whoever we had available. If we could have gotten like Jerome or Laurent ready in time, to partner with her, it would have been better. And I could have done a better job of training her as well. I don't think I did a very good job of training her. Alright. This is kind of a waste of an arm scroll. Because she's already so close to D rank bows. But I mean, she just needs it. Like, she needs it. Her bow combat is atrocious. I'm just gonna buy and forge an iron bow for her. I'm also gonna do something about Saria. She needs more HP. We should have a Seraph's robe for her. She just needs HP if she's gonna be Nosferatu tanking. I think I also have HP tonics. I'm also gonna give her a res tonic. She just needs better tanking. The HP is the big one because you need to have more HP than the enemies in order to play around counter. The fact that we had less HP than the enemy is the reason why we were able to kill ourselves with counter damage. You can't kill yourself with counter damage if you have more HP than the enemy. So the fact that her HP is like relatively low is one of the things that was causing problems for us. We might even have another D rank bow. In fact, let me see if we have like a rare bow that we can give to Lucina. We have this Waltz bow, but we don't have any D ranks. We have a glass bow. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna give an iron bow to her.
I carry only the finest.
Hold on a second, before I do anything else, let me also check my notes and make sure I do everything that I was supposed to do. So Cynthia needs a strength tonic because she was 1 point of damage off of getting one-shot thresholds. Where's Cynthia? I should buy more strength tonics while I'm on the world map too. Saria, she actually didn't even give her the magic tonic that I was supposed to give her. I get too distracted too easily, guys. Magic tonic, and then I also want to give her another Nosferatu stack. Which should be right here. That way she won't run out during the battle. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go here. We're going to buy an iron bow for Lucina. And then I need to forge some stuff for her. Let me see if I have anything I can sell, because I don't have a lot of money right now. I could sell this Master Seal. I don't have anyone left to promote. Sell this Goddess Icon. Luck is atrocious, useless, worthless stat. Vengeance proc against Aegis. Yeah, we got pretty unlucky there. We could have equipped the Blessed Bow for more healing. It always sucks when that happens. At least now we get to do the things we forgot last time. At this point, there's no such thing as a low investment eunuch. Hello, Funisgus. Welcome to the stream. You're loving the content so far. It really helps you. You're also taking different ideas into Lunatic Plus and taking your own attempts at it now as well. I always love to hear that because I feel like this game mode has been written off for so long. It took a very long time for anyone to ever really take this mode seriously. And I do think that my videos have helped a little bit with that. As much as it's sounds maybe a little bit arrogant to say that, but it's probably true. I think out of the superior weapons, I think the superior lance is the least good one. I need beast killers. I'm not selling any effective weapons for sure. I'm just trying to find out if I have anything else that's like expensive, but not really like as good as the cost would indicate. Like these 11 swords are not that good. I'm just gonna sell one of them. If I need another 11 sword, I have one. Is there anything else I can sell? Well, let me see what my forge looks like first. The glass bow is really expensive to forge, and it's not really worth it because you're only getting an extra 3 points of damage. It's probably better to forge the iron bow because you're getting a proportionally higher amount of damage and for more weapon charges. So I could actually forge this all the way up. She's going to be using it for a long time. I think it's worth it. Alright, is there anything else we should do while we're here? I have to buy some strength tonics and defense tonics while I'm on the world map. Where in the world are they anyway? They're like over here somewhere.
I carry only the finest.
Are there any other tonics that I'm getting low on? I have 4 speed tonics, I have 1 skill tonic. Skill tonics don't matter. I have 8 defense tonics, I have 2 res, 4 strength, 2 HP, maybe some HP and res tonics. You don't like the fact that everyone solos all the maps because you want to use all the characters. That I feel the exact same way. That's the whole reason why I started like playing the game the way that I do. I'll buy 2 more magic tonics, a couple more res tonics. I need some HP tonics while I'm here too. I don't think there's any shop that sells elixirs that I can access. I also don't know who sells the HP tonics. I have no idea where the HP tonics are. Are they around here somewhere? HP tonics are here. That killer bow on sale is very tempting.
Oh, come on in.
Let me see what I have for killer bows. I have basically no killer bows in the convoy, and I think Crom is holding 1. Actually, he doesn't even have it anymore. Where's the killer bow that I was using last chapter? Oh, I think Lucina has it already. Someone has it already, right? Not Lucina, Lonku has it. Or Noire? Who in the world has this killer bow? Lonku. Yeah, Lonku has it. Okay, we have 1 killer bow. It doesn't have a lot of stacks, but by the time Lucina wants the killer bow, Lonku should be able to just use the silver bow. Which I think he can already use one, or if not, he's very close already. So I just need to buy some HP tonics. Okay, so there's one more thing I want to check. I need to bring up Cern's Forest, and then we'll get back to the next attempt. I think we can beat this on the next attempt. This is the kind of map that you can beat in 1 attempt. As long as you just play, like, if you play very well every turn, you can win every map without needing to plan everything out ahead of time. We just kind of got unlucky with that very specific combination of enemy skills and then also, like, the skill proc that we rolled. So I want to see if there's a shop that sells elixirs. Chapter 23. That's pretty far ahead. Okay. So what about concoctions, I guess? Concoctions we can get from Chapter 8, Chapter 22. So Chapter 8, I guess. Where's Chapter 8? Somewhere around here, right? There's an enemy blocking it. Do I care enough? I don't care enough to... Excuse me, I don't care enough to mess with the clock. I'm just gonna get back into the gameplay. Alright, I don't think I missed anything on my prep. Hey Snow Warning, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Duke Nuka, you also find solo runs to be boring. Tricky, you also think a lot of people are still not even taking Lunatic Plus seriously. It's really surprising that Prologue 2 wasn't really solved until recently. Yeah, like, honestly, I think the research that we did during the last stream on Prologue 2, I think I discovered strats that have never been done before. Especially with help from chat. I didn't come up with everything on my own, but I did the testing and I recorded all the footage, so I will give myself some credit. But like with the testing and the research that we did, like I think we developed like side story 2 strats that have like never been explored in that depth. Alright, let me just make sure... Oh, we're gonna have to reorganize our characters again now, which is kind of unfortunate because I don't remember what positions they were in. I know Noire was over here, and then her partner would also be over here with her. She can be here, this is fine. These two need to be around here. We need Noe in this position. We need Lonku in this position. You can go here. Lucina here is better, and then Cynthia here, and then here, and I think this is fine. I think this is our opener. Once again, I'm not going to bother looking at enemy skills. I'm just going to jump right into the map. Yeah, Garrett's talking about. I guess Garrett. Plenty is a pretty subjective term. I'm not saying that nobody has ever played it before, but it's very underexplored. It's very underexplored. There's been like maybe 3 people who actually like did like very dedicated like Lunatic Plus guides. There's been a couple of like Let's Plays where people detail exactly what they did, and like some of those, like, not to bash on them, but like the information at this point, like in some of those guides, is like virtually useless. Like it, for example, I was looking up information on chapter 7, and the information in the guide just tells you to summon what's the name of it? It doesn't matter what his name is. It tells you to summon a spot pass character that you can use to buy Mire Tomes, and then you just sit inside of the room where Emerin is with a Mire Tome, and you just snipe enemies from inside of there. Like that's not a strategy. Like that's not like that's just like buying like broken items that you would never have access to and then using them to cheese the game. Like if you're actually trying to genuinely solve Lunatic Plus no grind, like there's just not that much information. Like there's been a very small number of people who've done it, who've actually done it and posted like useful guides and useful information. Did I figure out the situation with the world map enemy spawns? Yes. If you're playing on original hardware, it's kind of difficult to solve. You have to set the clock to 11:59 p.m. and then go into the game and then wait for the clock to roll over to midnight, and this will advance the game by 1 day. Every time the game advances by 1 day, it checks the status of the Risen on the world map, and it just basically just like repositions them. So you just have to do this for a couple days in a row and then get them to move, which you can do by, like I said, just changing the clock repeatedly. Yeah, the Mire Tome strategy is just not. It's like not. That's like not a real strategy. But I did get good information from that post. Honestly, that's like an old classic post. That one's been that has been around for about 10 years. That's like one of the first people who ever did Lunatic Plus. So I mean, you know, granted, we can cut them some slack. But they did also talk about some other strategies that I have used and adapted into like more like tenable strategies for no grind. Things like the strategy that I showed off in chapter 3, where you go into the corridor on the left side and you kill the knight, and then you just block all of the tiles so the enemies can't use pass to get through your units, and then you just have Frederick standing in front unequipped so the enemies can't kill him, and then whoever's standing behind Frederick can just slowly chip down the incoming enemies with ranged attacks. Like that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff has been talked about in guides from like 10 years ago, and I've always given credit for that. I've always said, like, I didn't come up with this, I just adapted that into my strategies. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if Ray is the same person we're talking about, but they did not do no grind yet. Like, it's been done before with the grinding. I've also done it before with grinding. The very first time I beat Lunatic Plus, I did it with grinding, and I used that information to learn about the game and then come back and then plan for no grind. I think Mire is actually fun to use. I just don't think that getting it 30 chapters before you're supposed to get it and then using it to cheese the game is like a strategy. That's, like, in my opinion, a strategy is like using your available tools to beat the game. Tricky says, if the goal is to beat Lunatic Plus, there wasn't a rule against using Spot Pass. I mean, it's self-imposed. You get to decide how you're going to play the game. In my opinion, it wouldn't be very fun to play that game that way, so I'm not going to play it that way. Obviously, if someone wants to play it differently, they're entitled to play it however they want to play it. We got a better opening configuration this time. Because this guy doesn't have counter, we can do something like this. Fly over here. And do this. We're going to kill this gentleman. Dual strike there would have been nice. Didn't get it. Now we can kill... actually, I don't know if we can kill this guy very reliably. But I think we don't have... I don't think we have to use Nosferatu to survive here. So the tricky thing here is that we're going to need a dual strike. Because this guy chose to spawn... Let me see how much damage we're going to deal to him with the Silver Sword. I will say I trash on swords a lot in this game, but this is definitely the one point in the game where swords are actually kind of good. 36 plus 31 I think is enough. It's actually just enough. Okay, so this should be fine. I kind of need to use Nosferatu, I think. Because depending on what the other enemies do... interesting. Okay, that rounded in a very strange way. That could have been bad if we didn't get two... I mean, if we didn't get 2 dual strikes, I would have just reset. We're 30 seconds into the attempt. Doesn't matter that much. Alright, guys. Full stop. I need to start paying attention to the game and not reading chat for 10 minutes at a time. Because otherwise, we're never going to get through this chapter. So, I will do my best to read the comments in the chat, but I'm not going to be reading and responding to everything until I am sure that I'm making good progress on actual gameplay. Because I need to focus on gameplay. Alright, this... I think we can use this to our advantage. I would like to chip this guy down if possible. Or even kill him if possible. I don't think it's going to be possible, but it might be. How much damage can we do? 15. I think we kind of calculated last time that we're pretty likely to kill this guy, but he didn't have, he did not have Pavis last time. 20 plus 15 would not get the kill, so we would need to get 2 dual strikes. I feel like Lucina is just... Even with the tonic, she's just not doing it. Okay, what about if we go over here? No, I don't like that. Because then Lucina's not going to be able to get out of here safely. I'd really like to get rid of at least like one of these guys. Because this guy's counter, it's pretty high priority to get rid of him soon. Alright, I mean, we know this guy's not really going to cause any problems for a few turns. It would be nice to get rid of him now if we could, but we can't, so we're just going to have to live with it. This also sucks. We need Crom to deal 33 damage now. Steel Bow does enough, actually, so I think we're okay. Just exact lethal. Alright. So I think... potentially setting up for this guy might work. We have to go here. There is a world in which... Okay, who is covering this territory? Is it this guy? And this guy? Yeah. Yeah, there is a world in which we can set up a Gale Force kill here. If we fail to get the kill. With that in mind, I'm gonna go for Beast Killer dual strikes and Innis Bow crits. Got it. Okay. Gotta be very careful now. Something is hitting this tile, and I don't know what it is. It's really hard to see. I think it's this guy. I can't even tell. He's like too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here, no. Okay, what is hitting this tile? Oh, it's this guy. Okay, never mind. That's the guy that... No, it's not him. It's something else. Is it him? Is it him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here. Yes, okay. Can Crom fight both of these two? 43 plus 54. I doubt it. 97. Neither of them have a Luna, right? No. Did this guy reach 1, 2, 3? Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, never mind. It doesn't even matter. This guy will reach us. I'm not going to waste time with my calculator. Alright, go over here. Hold on a second. No. Go over here. Staff. Rescue. Here. Staff. Rescue. Here. Okay. I'm going to do what I did last time. I'm going to pull Lonku back. I don't think I can get the sword into his hands this time, though. Yes, I can. Rescue. Pull Lonku back. I'm also going to do this. This puts Sumia back in the lead position, so she can move around as needed. And then I'm actually going to use my dance here, so that we can fight this guy in enemy phase. Let me make sure that nothing else can reach. Okay, so we can enemy phase this guy. This will potentially set up a Gale Force kill against him on that following turn, or even just kill him outright. Alright, this should be fine. Rally speed, why not? Oh, there was something else I wanted to talk about with Yanfei. Snow Warning just mentioning Yanfei just reminded me of something that I wanted to bring up. Oh, he triggered Miracle. That's funny. I don't know why this guy's going for Saria, honestly. He definitely should see, like, lethal on or, like, higher damage on Lonku, but maybe not. Oh, it's probably because he can't hit Lonku. His accuracy is probably too bad. Okay. Yeah, see, that guy not having counter makes things a lot easier. And us also having more HP makes things a lot easier. For some reason... Did I miss something? Or maybe I looked away from the screen for a second. Oh, the guy... He went over here. Why did he do that? Absolute clown. Why would he do that? There's 4 guys over here who can attack Noire. Any 4 of these guys should have moved and attacked her first, but instead, this guy over here, that I wanted to fight Cynthia, went all the way over here, and then he blocked all of the other enemies, which actually sucks, because I wanted to get rid of this guy sooner than later. And potentially start chipping away at the other guys too. Alright. Let me see if any of these guys have lethal on her. Because if they do, then this guy will move out of the way. 49, 54, I mean 54 would be the one, obviously. 54 minus 26 is 28. He has lethal with, if he had Luna Plus, but he doesn't have it. But he actually, even if he had Luna Plus, he wouldn't know that he had it. So let me check this guy next. 49 minus 26. So this guy only thinks he's going to deal 23 damage. So this guy won't move out of the way in order to give these guys lethal, even though this guy with Luna will actually have lethal. So I think I'm safe to use the steel bow here. Should I use the Waltz bow? I'm going to use the Blessed bow so I get healing. Free healing. So I think this guy will attack me, and then I'll heal myself. If this guy attacks me, I'll survive on like 3 HP anyway. Because I have a bow equipped, I won't deal counter damage to myself. So I think we're fine. Opening up on this side is going to be pretty easy. Can I get a heal here? I think I can. Pretty sure I can. I kind of want to start chipping away at these guys here. She can reach. Alright, so I'm going to go like this. Staff. Mend. Here. Get some good free experience for Cynthia. You. Let's just use Arc Wind, I guess. It's the cheapest. Silver Sword. With Tomebreaker, he almost isn't capable of hitting us. Alright. You two go over here. Knowing this position. Actually, oh, I don't know. This might be a good time to put Lonku in this tile. Let me see if I can get rid of one of these 2 guys with Sumia, which should be possible. It's mostly the paladins that cause a lot of problems. If I go here... maybe I can get the job done with dual strikes. We can actually only deal 58. This is fine though. If we fail, we just rescue. Okay, we got it. If we didn't get that, we would just rescue back to safety. Because we don't need to use any other rescue stabs this turn. That's actually perfect. Honestly, what we could do is actually just like open up another path. Like take out another enemy and then rescue. We could even hit this guy with the Beast Killer. Yeah, because these paladins were causing a lot of problems last time. So if we get rid of the paladin now, he won't cause any problems for us later. Take out this guy. Ooh, nice. And we also crit him, so we didn't take any Luna damage. Okay, so now, tricky part is going to be making sure we get all of our rescues down. 25 speed. 30. Okay, we double even without the pair up, so what I'm going to do here is Killer Bow, switch. Let's just grind her Lance rank. We actually don't really need to kill here, we just need to kind of distract the enemies for a turn. You... where do I want to rescue to? Here might be the fine. We can rescue you over here. It's not worth having Henry and Olivia paired up for the next 20 turns, so I'm actually not going to pair them up, even though Olivia could get more movement if I did that, because now she can just use Henry's movement next turn anyway, in order to dance for someone that she actually needs to. Yes, you can spam mend stabs on this chapter while taking damage from lava and just get infinite experience. It's insane. I was actually considering doing it, but I don't think I'm going to. When I do my Iron Man run, I'm definitely going to incorporate that into the route, but I'm not going to do it here. This run is like not like it's not that try hard. Like I don't need to like that badly. Okay, this guy is a little bit scary, but he shouldn't have lethal on me. So I can actually just stand here. I honestly Noire can just stand here and just keep using her bow. As of right now, I was pretty mad at this enemy for moving last turn, but as of right now, this guy being in this position means that Noire can just stay here forever. Which is like kind of nuts. It does mean that we won't have her available next turn, but it's kind of a double-edged sword, I think. Like, we won't have her available on the right side for future turns, but we weren't really using her that much on the right side anyway. Yeah, we should definitely use it for the Iron Man. Okay, so that reminds me, I wanted to tell you guys something about Yanfei. So one interesting thing about Yanfei, if you look at his skills, he always has hit rate plus 10, avoid plus 10, sword fair, Astra, and Vantage. He is assigned these skills before Lunatic Plus skills get assigned. There are a lot of bosses like this, especially in the late game. Effectively, they're the exact same on Lunatic as they are on Lunatic Plus, and this makes like getting low turn clears and one turn clears on these chapters pretty reliable, and it makes it so that once you get to the end, like if your only goal is to beat Lunatic Plus, if you can get to the end game, you can set up boss kills, like very reliable boss kills, and actually just kind of breeze through the second half of the game if you wanted to. We don't really want to do that. I want to play through the game like the way you would play a normal Fire Emblem game. I've said that before. That's kind of the catchphrase for this series. I want to play this game the way you would actually play a Fire Emblem game, not like the way you would just like skip through an entire game without playing it. So I'm doing my best to do that. Lunku actually just completely handled that guy, by the way. Alright, let's see what the threat is around here. This guy, not super threatening. This guy, extremely threatening. If there's any way I can get rid of him, I would love to do so. Can I reach him? Not quite. I can bounce over there with Gale Force, though. What would be the best way to do so? I don't think I have a reliable kill on this guy. No. So the Sword Masters and the Paladins are the really big, like, problems for Sumia in particular. Alright, so let me do this. $35 damage. We just kill anyway, even if we don't dual strike here. So get rid of this guy. This guy of Encounter and the Spear is a pretty big problem. I wonder if we should actually get rid of this guy first. Where's my other flying pair? They're actually pretty far back. Hold on. I have a plan. I have a good idea. I think Long Ku can help to get rid of this guy. Alright, so we're gonna go here. Actually, hold on, I'm gonna save for action. I would like to get rid of this guy this turn if I can, but if I can't, I think it's okay. I think I can leave him alive and just sandbag for one turn. I'm kind of rushing. I'm trying to go a little bit faster than I need to go. The truth is, I could sandbag this turn if I really wanted to and be fine. This corner strat is not always going to work, I will tell you that right now. This has never happened before in my testing. What usually happens is this guy moves here, and he hits her so hard that even with the Blessed Bow and like concoctions, you can't out-heal the damage. But this usually just buys you like a couple of extra turns, and then you just rescue her across the map over here. Hey Jensen, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well today. Join the Discord if you're interested. I'm going to be chatting in there later today, probably. Obviously, I can't chat in there while I'm streaming. That would be insane. Imagine if I could do that. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to save Sumia's action in case I need it to like bail something out later on. So what I'm thinking is, if I can get Long Ku to remove this guy, which is pretty reliable. Okay, so here's the deal. He has a spear, right? Perfect. Okay, so here's the deal. Silver Axe dual strikes are 74% likely. Crits are 34% likely. I can actually make them even more likely. Lethality strikes are 9% likely, and then we have 2 chances for all of those things to happen. If any of those things happen, we just instantly kill this guy. Let me see, if I get rid of these 2 and him, who else is threatening this tile? This guy is not a huge concern. This guy's not a huge concern. This guy is a huge concern. This guy is not a huge concern. How much am I in the mood for doing Nosferatu math, or do I just want to, like, send it? I'm just gonna send it. Ooh, my hit rate here is not very good. Actually don't want dual strikes here either, which causes even more problems. I know what I can do. I can kill him with Arcwind, and then trade the Nosferatu into her hands. Does mean her HP value is not going to be great. Okay, so Long Ku goes here. Make sure I give her Nosferatu. Switch. Now my crit rate is 54 instead of 34. Got it. Okay. With that in mind, we need to kill an enemy who has counter. Let me see something. Wow, there's actually another enemy that reaches that tile. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. Okay, yeah. So I think Sari is only threatened by 1. It's actually not him, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Yeah, not him. So right now Sari is only threatened by 1, 2, 3, 4 enemies. 2 of them have counter. We can get rid of one of the guys who has counter. This one is the one that we should get rid of because he has Hawkeye, which means he's guaranteed to hit Saria. This guy might miss Saria, which could even improve her survivability even further. I don't think Rex Caliber will move into one range with her, no matter what we do. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to take out this guy. Now we have a couple of rescues that we need to pull off. Do any of them have... Does this guy have pass? No, okay. So, you're gonna go... I don't know, like here? Probably fine. We just need to pull Long Ku back. Then we need to pull Sumia back. We can use Lisa for that. any way we can get her to physic? Answer is yes. I should have... Actually, I can get Henry now. This is a good time to physic. I think Saria survives this. The big problem would be if we proc... If we're on low HP and we proc... If we're on like a specific HP value and we proc Vengeance against the guy with counter again. If that happens two attempts in a row, then we're just gonna accept the fact that our life is cursed. But he also doesn't have Aegis, so if we're on low health and we proc Vengeance, we'll just one-shot him, so we wouldn't take any counter damage. So yeah, we should be fine. There shouldn't be any way for us to die here. That might have even been him right there. Yeah, we're like beyond fine. So that's what should happen. That's what I was talking about before when I was talking about like Vengeance and like how Vengeance and counter interact. But the big problem is the guys with Aegis. The guys with Aegis just like mess up the whole formula. Alright, so now we've got a whole cluster of enemies here that we want to clear out, if possible. I need to check to see if these guys have lethal on her. I think they have lethal on her this turn, so we need to use a concoction. We can't attack this turn. This guy should have lethal, right? 54 minus 26 is 28. Yeah, this guy has lethal, so we're just going to use a concoction this turn. Honestly, I'm just going to leave her over here for now. She's helping more than she's hurting. Alright. Out of this group, who has counter? Oh, this guy, this one's really funny. This happens sometimes. Look at this, guys. He rolled Aegis Plus on top of the fact that he has Aegis. So sometimes they just get like a redundant skill that they already have. In fact, actually only 2 of them have counter. I'm pretty sure we can get rid of 2 counter enemies. So this is like significantly better than the previous attempt. Because getting rid of 2 counter enemies is pretty like easy to do. I want to see if our forged arms scroll Lucina can actually get kills now. She can do it with her forged iron bow. Perfect. That's all we needed. Lucina to be able to reliably kill enemies, because now she can proc Gale Force. When she does that, I can switch Cynthia back into the lead. Honestly, the power of this group just massively spiked just from that arm scroll and forging an iron bow. So the next thing we need to do is get rid of this guy. We can use Sumia for that. It's not ideal, because I believe we're going to have to use our Javelin, which means he might survive. I'm going to use the Ennis bow here just for safety. I'll use the Slipper bow. Yeah, because he has Aegis, the Javelin's going to deal more damage, even though it has Weapon Triangle disadvantage. We got a crit. Okay. We could actually start chopping away at these guys if we really wanted to. Who's covering this territory? There's like somebody who's covering that whole section in the middle. Okay, I guess it's these guys. Oh, it's this stupid paladin. I should have figured. We can start chipping away at some of these guys, and we can even do it from like a position where, because none of these guys have counter, and very few of them have pass. Who has pass? He has pass. These 3 do not have pass, so what we can actually do... Oh, this is going to be sick. We can actually put Noe here. Go like this. Pray for a dual strike. Got it. Now, we go like this. Does he have Vantage? He does have Vantage. That's okay, we can play around Vantage. Unfortunately, he has Lancebreaker. That's going to be a problem for us. We really cannot play around Lancebreaker. Is it better to just kill this guy instead because we can't play around Lancebreaker? 39 to... Oh, actually, no, we're not. We're going to deal 38 damage, plus however much Lucina deals. Lucina deals... as much as 16. 50. So a single dual strike will only get us 50 to 54 damage. That won't secure the kill. I think here I play for dual strikes and or just like lucky javelin hits, because a single javelin hit will kill this guy. So we got two 50-50 shots and then two 67% shots to kill this guy. Oh, we also got Aether. I forgot about Aether. Aether would give us even more chances to hit. You would say that Lucina awakened her potential. Nice. Oh, that +1 res level up. You love to see that. Yeah, Noire is definitely the favorite child of this playthrough. Oh, Morgan is crying on the bench. Is she on the bench or did... Yeah, I don't think we even deployed her. I mean, I just have no use for her in this run. Alright, so now what we can do is... go here. Do I want to take 20 damage and potentially risk a crit? I mean, I have to do it either now or I have to do it next turn, right? Is there any way... What if we do this? Oh my god, Lonku is goated, guys. Look at this, we can go like this. I'm gonna go for Killer Bow here. So I'm looking for Killer Bow dual strikes. Got it. My god. This guy is so epic. They just don't know. Like, they just don't know. People who haven't watched these streams, like, genuinely do not know, like, how epic Lonku is. Alright, so now, sorry, I can stand here. Do I even need to Nosferatu? Probably. Oh, there's the birds. Maybe they are still out there. Either... I don't want to look again, because if I move the curtain, I don't want to scare them, because they might they might accidentally jump out of the nest or something if they get scared, which I would not want that at all. So I haven't moved the curtain again since the first time I saw them. But I also haven't heard any chirping today. So I thought the baby birds, maybe they had already flown off. I guess what's happening now is either maybe the parents or the baby birds just kind of flew back to like a normal position, not like sitting in the nest all day long chirping very loudly. That sounds just like normal chirping. You root for Lucina because she's often a disappointment in your army for valid reasons, but she has many moments of doing her best with unlikely crits and procs. Yeah, Lucina is one of those characters who, you know, I actually kind of talk about this in my Lonku guide video about how Lonku, like, at the point where he joins in the game, he has, like, instead of going from, like, 50% of other characters when he's at his normal base, and then, like, you know, 150% when he lands a crit, it's not really like that. Lonku is at, like, 100% of other characters. And when he crits, he gets, like, 300% of their performance. The problem with Lucina is that when she joins, she actually is like 50% strong as everyone else. So she does have the potential to like pop off with like Aether or crits. She can dodge attacks. You know, she can do things that can make her power spike, and she can perform. But the problem is, if she fails to get lucky, she's only like 50% as strong as like a character that you've been training for the entire game, and that really hurts. That really hurts her performance. I will have to use Nosferatu here, but I won't need to use it on the first hit. I can do something like this. I can Arc Wind for the kill. I can also... Should I finally equip Ellery? Let's do it. I think we'll be fine. The main reason to keep them unequipped is because having a weapon equipped in their hands kind of cuts back on my Nosferatu healing sometimes, which can be a problem. I'm going to do a weird play here. No, I can't afford to lose my Arc Wind Tome. I'm gonna go like this. Okay, who has pass? Just this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I'm standing here, he can't attack me. So I can have a character stand here and then trade the Nosferatu Tome into her hands. I gotta figure out who is the best character to do that with. We got 3 Gale Force procs this turn, by the way. Pretty epic. Alright, Noire looks fine. These two are looking good. We could have them run out and kill one more character. Honestly, there's nothing that's like really threatening enough for me to want to use a rescue staff. Like, there's not anything that has like counter that's within a few turns of reaching my army. Like, maybe getting rid of some of these flyers quick, like early on, would be nice. But I can't reach them anyway, so like that doesn't really matter. Hold on a second. I actually think I can reach them. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna equip the Beast Killer just in case something reaches me. I don't think anything will reach me, but just in case something reaches me. Ah! I hit the wait command instead of doing what I was trying to do. How do I fix this? I don't think there's any way to fix this now. I have to burn a rescue staff for like nothing. That really sucks. Have to move him out of the way now, and also now Sumi is not even in the lead. What I was trying to do, I was trying to put the Nosferatu Tome in her hands, and then I was going to rally movement for Cynthia, and then Cynthia could fly over and attack one of those enemies. And then I could use the rescue staff on her. Now I have to waste a rescue staff, pulling Sumi out, or pulling Crom out of the way. Now I don't even have Sumi in the lead, and I didn't get to attack. These misclicks are really starting to cause problems. I need to adjust. I need to change how I'm playing the game. Like I need to play the game like with my hand like not on the controller except when I'm specifically pressing a button. Because we can't keep doing that. It causes way too many problems. As you just saw. Like, the only reason we can recover from that position is because the rescue staff is so powerful. Without the rescue staff, that would have been a game over right there. Alright, so the enemies are kind of slowly moving towards us. We can chip them down at our leisure. I will say, the arm scroll and the Forged Iron Bow on Lucina makes this clear so much more consistent because of her ability to shoot down the Griffins and then proc Gale Force. She's going to get a lot more training and a lot more value on this map just from that one move. I'd like to have Longku fly over and get this chest, honestly. Can I do it this turn? I can, but it leaves him in range of something. I don't know what. Tomahawk, Thoron, and probably a Silver Axe as well. That's too much heat. I might be able to do this. So what if I go here? That groan of frustration was pretty real. That was pretty deep. I felt that one in my soul. Alright, so we're gonna go like this. The only downside to doing this is that next turn Noe is not going to be available, which is kind of a problem, but it's going to allow us to grab this chest very early. I think we're on turn 5 right now. Yeah, we're on turn 5, so we're 2 turns ahead of schedule. The next most important chest is this one, and then after that will be these 2. So we have a couple of turns to start picking away at this enemy formation. As long as we can clear them fast enough, we can eventually get to this chest and we should be fine. So let's start thinking about how we're going to clear out this enemy formation, as well as probably keeping Noire alive. I have to be careful now. I got to keep her out of lethal range. The highest damage should be 54. So 54 minus 26 is 28. I have to concoction again here. I'm gonna equip the Blessed Bow and use a concoction because I think this is gonna help us stay alive for like one more turn over there. All right, so. In the perfect world, Cynthia would be able to kill something. Maybe this guy. Unfortunately, he has 2 really strong defensive skills. I could hit him for 28 on a dual strike. So 20 plus 28 is 48. Unfortunately, we're 3 points short of the kill. This guy's got 2 defensive skills. This guy has exactly Aegis. Okay, hold on a second. This one I think we can kill. So we can fly over here, go like this. Oh yeah, we definitely kill him. Nice Aether proc. That actually matters because it got us healing. Okay, so now she can fly to safety on her own whenever I need or want her to. Now I believe this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here, and this guy can both target this square. And we need a character with 1-2 range to fight them, and they need to be capable of surviving 2 Luna hits. So it has to be Saria. Let's see what else she can take. She can probably take a hit from this guy as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here, okay. So the problem is we need to be able to take Rexcalibur and this Silver Sword as well. Unless we start chipping away at these guys. So let's start thinking about how to chip away at these guys. Now, unfortunately, this pair is in an atrocious position. I don't think I can actually get any value out of them this turn. Especially because Olivia has already danced. Yeah, I don't see how they can do anything this turn. God, that really sucks, guys. I shouldn't care that much. We're 2 turns ahead. Hello, Star Wars fanboy. Welcome to the stream. You think Lonku is probably the best Myrmidon right behind Rutger? Is he better than Rutger? I think he might be better than Rutger, honestly. It's kind of the same thing. It's very similar to the Seth versus Frederick comparison. You kind of have to make your own value judgment on that. Frederick is way more essential to playing Awakening. Like, you can play Fire Emblem 8 without Seth, and it's like not even hard. You try to play Fire Emblem Awakening without Frederick, and it can be virtually impossible, depending on which difficulty you're playing. But on the other hand, Seth is more dominant in his game. Like, he god stomps everything. So if that's like your definition of stronger, then, you know, by that logic, then you could say Seth is stronger. It's kind of the same with like Rutger versus Lonku. Like, Rutger might dominate the FE6 weaklings more, but Lonku performs very high level and very consistently against like insanely high enemy quality in Awakening. So for me personally, I give the edge to Lonku, but I mean that might just be my Awakening bias showing. Because we can't get any value out of this pair at all, I'm thinking of having Cynthia and Lucina get 1 more round of combat. The tricky part is if this guy hits us with Astra, that's 60 damage. He actually kills us if he procs Astra, and he's guaranteed to hit too, so we can't take that chance. What I can do is this. Let me move Saria into position first. So we already determined that she can take on these 2 guys. So let's put her here. Now, I want to go like this. I'm trying to figure out how to get multiple flyers back into the lead position. So to do that, I would go like this. Here. Here. And then separate. The problem is we're actually not going to be able to pass them back over to their respective partners. I don't know, but this gives us 2 flyers next turn, which I think is going to be important. That magma tile spawning there might have just... No, okay. So because when that magma tile spawns there, it can sometimes block the enemies from moving, so they wouldn't have been able to reach Saria anyway, but I'm not planning this to clear out to that extent. Like that, I'm not on that level, guys. I'm just telling you right now, that's not me. Tricky says, you beat this game so many times without Lonku, and you've also played the game without even using him on Lunatic Plus. I mean, it's fine. You don't have to think that Lonku is the best Myrmidon in the whole series. It doesn't, like, affect really anything. So It's not that big of a deal. If you think Rutger's better, then you can think that Rutger's better. You guys are talking about how to kill Henning in Fire Emblem 6. Once again, this is the same as people were talking about Fates earlier. I'm just not going to read all of the Fire Emblem 6 discussion because it's not really pertinent to this, what we're trying to do here today. Especially because I actually told myself that I was going to focus more on playing the game and less on reading chat, but then I started reading chat anyway. Yeah, Fire Emblem 6 and Awakening are just very different games. So like I said, it ultimately just comes down to a value judgment about which thing you think is more valuable. Lonku's ability to perform against enemies with a much higher enemy quality, or Rutger's ability to perform at a higher level against weaker enemies. Those are just two different things. It's like comparing apples to oranges. By the way, guys, I'm trying to decide what I want to make for dinner today. I can't really decide. I don't really have anything that great either. I didn't go grocery shopping yesterday, so I'm running low on supplies. Maybe I'll just go out today and like buy some stuff. Alright, honestly, we're in a really good position now. All we need to do is find some way to effectively chip down most or all of these characters, and then leave someone in position who can enemy phase the remaining ones. Honestly, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enemies. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, technically 9 actions. It's going to be less because not all of our characters are really that good. Not all of our characters are going to like be able to proc Gale Force, but so let's start with our Gale Force units, although like I said, this is a problem because we can't actually get our characters into position. Maybe I can't see how to do it. Maybe we go like this. We actually don't double either with this pair up. I think we just have to go like this. What does he have? Rex Caliber? That's kind of scary. Okay, do any of these guys have counter? This guy's kind of an issue. Okay. This guy is not as big of an issue. His health is already kind of low. This Rex Caliber guy I would like to get rid of. This guy's a pretty big issue. Let me go here. 47. So that's going to be 45. ++++ 15. So the problem is we actually don't kill this guy even with a dual strike, which is absurd. Like, that is crazy. With effective damage, guys, like, come on. Crazy. I feel like Henry can pick up a kill here. On an 80%. I'll save that for later. So what I'm trying to do here, guys, I'm trying to set up a situation where Sumia can guarantee a kill on an enemy, and then take a risky kill against this guy. Because I don't think she guarantees this guy, but maybe she does guarantee this one. 19 times 2. Oh yeah, she's actually much more likely to get this guy. Because then all we need is just any dual strike here. Yeah, we're fine. We're doing way better than I thought we were. I think I must have fought a version of that guy with like a defensive skill on a previous attempt, and it like threw off my planning. Alright. I have to be very careful about how I do this. I think getting rid of this guy... So hold on. Lonku... Saria... Can get rid of these two. 2 arc winds here. What does this guy have? Nothing that concerns me. Honestly, I think we're okay. I'm just wondering if Lonku is best for killing this guy, or this guy. I think the potential of Killer Bow and Noe dual strikes here is more significant, especially because they will get the kill on one dual strike, as opposed to Chrom and Sumio's pair, who will not get the kill with a single dual strike. They would need multiple dual strikes. Plus, because we're standing next to Robin, we have multiple chances to get Killer Bow crits. We got the dual strike anyway. And plus, Lonku also has lethality, which is like an extra 9% chance to bail us out on every attack. Alright, we're almost ready for the final move. What if we go here? This should give us Hex and Anathema, which gives us a 100% chance to hit, but that actually doesn't kill. 90%. But if we miss... The problem is 90% is more accurate, but if we miss, it causes way more problems. We'll have Lisa do it then. I would have liked for Henry to get a kill there, but it's fine. Now we dance here. We go like this. We pair up. Okay. Go like this. Iron Bow. I think we got everything. Actually going to use Arcwind here. I don't need to use Elthunder. So even if we failed to crit there, we could have just had either Cynthia or Lucina fly over to get that kill. So that was fine. And this will even allow us to potentially bait out somebody on enemy phase with this duo, which I guess would be this guy. He has Bolganon and Arc Fire. Honestly, hold on a second. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go like this. Get my Javelin ready. And wait here. We're seriously like a full 2 turns ahead still. Okay, with the Blessed Bow equipped now, we will survive. So let's start chipping down, I guess, this guy. What does she have equipped? Silver Sword, okay. I mean, honestly, getting rid of the Axe guy first is honestly the biggest deal, so let's do that. We really need a dual strike here. Got it. Because now this gives us a better threshold for the enemies to not see lethal on us, because he was the highest damaging enemy attacker. And if we're only taking 17 per turn and we're healing 10 per turn, that's a pretty good trade-off. Leaving that guy on low health is actually good. That works to our advantage. It allows us to use Gale Force. Now, unfortunately, because of the hazard tile, I'm probably going to have to pull this group out now. I won't be able to let them sit there any longer. The next chest gets destroyed on turn 10 enemy phase. It is currently turn 7 player phase. We have so much free time. What we probably should have done is grab this chest while we were here. In fact, let's do that. Because we have a couple of extra turns, let's grab this chest first. Dance for Lonk. Run him back over. Go like this. We can weaken this guy. If we kill him, it's good. If we don't kill him, it's fine. We leave him on 1. That's actually fantastic. That's going to allow us to do this. Go here first. This guy shouldn't be able to have Lancebreaker. No, he doesn't have Lancebreaker. So then we go here. Double Gale Force trigger. And now Cynthia is all the way on the other side of the map, and she can move again to wherever I kind of want her or need her to move. This is a floor tile, not a hazard tile. Unfortunately, this guy has counter, so we're not going to be able to fight him, but we can potentially, pull this guy out. This guy does not have counter, but he does have Astra Luna, so we're not going to be able to fight him. What we can do instead is just get into position to fight them on the following turn. So let's go here. What I should have done is rescued her. No, I couldn't have reached anyway, so we have to have someone else do it. So it's fine. So we're gonna pull her back out finally. That was really awesome. Noire did an incredible job of tanking there. That was a really good example of like the tankiness of the Bow Knight class, and just the archer line in general is very tanky in this game. Alright. Anything else that I need to do? Not really. I'm gonna keep this pair here to help with combat. These two... This is a kill boss map, right? Yeah. So I don't want to run over and kill the boss yet. If I do so, it's just going to cause problems for me. What I will do is I'm actually just going to have them go back here and just kind of be near the rest of my army, so that they can assist if needed. I'm also going to do this. That way I can get Olivia back. No, I can't because the hazard tile spawned in the exact spot that prevents me from getting her back. Love to see it. I should have just moved Sumia closer to the battle so that she could hit somebody with Gale Force next turn. That was a huge misplay. I think I can just reach this guy. I can. And then if I don't get the kill, it's fine. Because then I can just have someone else get it. I'll use my javelin here. Nice. Honestly, what is the scary thing about him? He has counter, but I'll just kill him anyway, so I won't take any counter damage. So it might be fine to leave Sumia here. I haven't decided yet, but it might be fine. I might actually need to just pull Olivia over with the rescue staff. I think Lucina can guarantee this kill. No, she cannot. She could if she was able to double, but she can't double. She's having a lot of problems consistently doubling enemies, I've noticed. Even with Sumia as a mother. Okay, then what about Cynthia? Can Cynthia do it? Cynthia can just... Oh, no, because Cynthia can't do it because he has Pavis. Lucina can't do it because she doesn't have enough speed. And I can't play around with, like... If it... Like, I can't sit here and go, like, oh, if it misses, it's not a big deal. Because, honestly, like, it's getting to the point where if it misses, it is a big deal. Because I'm not going to have a lot of actions available to use, like, a billion rescue stabs. We have to do something about this guy. Astra Luna is just way too scary. I could run away from him for a turn. This square is always going to be threatened unless I can get rid of both of these guys. It just sucks because I know these two could, like, get some serious work done. Because they both have Gale Force. But I just can't do it because I just, like... 15. $47. Okay, if I get one dual strike here, I kill. Got it. Now, instead of messing around with unreliable kills, what I'm going to do is run over here. Lucina can pick up this one. He does have Vantage, but it won't matter. He'll hit me for 29, if he even hits. Ooh, nice dual guard. Then we run back over here. That gets rid of that guy. We trigger Gale Force again. This guy does not have Astra, so we can fight him if we want to. I think I'm actually just gonna do this. This is a total waste of rescue stabs. I'm honestly just speeding up the, like, clearing this chapter. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste, like, that many more rescue stabs. I'm fine with wasting one, but not two. Can she survive a round against this guy? Hazard tiles. Very frustrating. I can't remember when it damages you either. I'm pretty sure it's at the start of player phase, not enemy phase. Tricky says Astra Luna doesn't stack. Oh yeah, actually you're correct. But if he procs Astra, I would die anyway. We already calced that earlier. I'm not thinking about it because of the fact that they have Luna Plus instead of like Luna. So like my brain isn't thinking about the fact that they can't both proc. It's just calculating the fact that they're always going to have the Luna boosted damage. But you are technically correct that if they both proc, that in fact, so the one that would proc, I'm pretty sure Astra is the one that would proc. Let me check. Awakening, proc skills, priority order. I probably won't even get an answer. Skill activation order. I know lethality is the highest. Okay, lethality, Aether, Astra, Soul. Okay, so yeah, Astra would proc. So if he procs Astra, he will proc Astra, and we can't allow him to do that because if he procs Astra, he kills us. So it wouldn't work anyway. Hey Duke Nuko, welcome back. What did you miss? Not much. We pretty much just cleared. We've more or less cleared the chapter at this point. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone else stopping by chat who I haven't had at least said hello to yet. Oh hey, Olarin's here. Welcome to the stream, Olarin. Welcome, Tricky Burrito. Hey Yared, welcome to the stream. The reason I'm not paying as much attention to stream is just because I was chatting too much earlier, and I put a rule on myself that I was going to focus on gameplay instead of chatting for at least a little bit. All right, 35 speed. We can get to. We can get to 33, so he won't double us. He's going to deal 43 damage, minus 19. I mean, that's less than our full HP, so yeah, he won't kill us. All right, so let's just do this. I kind of need to grind bow rank way more than sword rank, honestly. She's not really going to be using her swords much, if at all. So yeah, I could use another rescue staff to pull Olivia over, but I'm not even going to bother. What I can do is this. And then I don't think Saria is going to be needed up there, so I'm just going to start moving her down here. Asupapas, you've been stuck at work all stream. You're definitely going to watch this later to learn a lot. It's kind of insane how effectively I cleared it. Oh, thank you. I think I did an okay job. Like I said, this one is not very elegant. It's very brawly. Like, we were pretty much just brawling our way through that. But once you have, like, an idea in mind, like, once you understand that, like, grouping all of your units together on the right-hand side, using this lava chasm to your advantage so the foot-locked units can't reach you, and then just bowling your way through here so that you can get to this chest on turn 7. By the time you've done that, like by the time you've secured these 2 chests, most of the enemies are already dead, and then you just have to fight a couple more in the center, and then at that point, as you can see, the map is like, it's just like clear. We can just go like this, grab this chest, put Noe next to us, she will fly us over here so we can grab the other chest next turn. Now this guy should be the same exact combat as the last one, so if we can get above 22 HP we can survive. So let's do that. We can even make him stand on the hazard tile, which is kind of funny. Then I'm going to go here, staff, mend. Yeah, she doesn't really heal for a lot. What if I mend you instead? That's fine. Excuse me? I'll just do this. I like how Lisa's heals for more than Cynthia's mend. It's a combination of like higher magic score, staff touch ability, and all that other stuff, all that good stuff. All right, let's go down here. In fact, actually, let's go down here. We're gonna start setting up our boss kill. We're not kind of ready to do it yet, but we're getting ready to do it, if that makes sense. Once I get to a certain point, I'm going to stop moving most of the units on the map. I'm just going to leave them where they are. I do need to make sure that we're capable of, like, surviving a couple of rounds of combat against this guy, though. Oh, that is a huge breakage. He also couldn't move as far as I thought he could, for some reason. Alright, let's just do this then. Honestly, she's easy enough to train. I'm wondering if I should pull one of these two back to train them instead. We survive. Trigger Gale Force. Nice dual strike. That's perfect because Lucina gets some experience too, and she's, like I mentioned, one of the hardest characters to train right now, for me personally. Go over here, go like this, switch, get the final chest. So Lonku and Noe are not going to be fighting the boss, so I'm just not going to move them ever again. Cynthia, I do want to use for men's staff training. Lisa, I do want her to be on the other side of the map. Olivia, I do want her to be over there, so let's start moving this pair together, I guess. Henry doesn't matter because we're going to have Hex and Anathema anyway. I'm just going to make sure I move my characters onto floor tiles so that I don't have to sit through the animation of them taking damage a million times. So we're going to want these two somewhere. I just don't want to have to keep watching this stupid animation of them taking damage every turn over and over again. That's fine, these two are on floor tiles for now. Yeah, so that these two chests essentially get destroyed on the same turn. Alright, so let me just move Henry here so I don't have to sit through the animation. These two, I think if they're here, they won't sit through the animation. In fact, I'll just fly them up. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to fly them up here to get this shiny spot in a couple turns. Alright, so Cynthia... She needs to get some men's staff training in. I'm not going to be, like, cheesing the game and sitting here for 20 turns spamming men's staffs, but I will, like, use men's staffs because, like, I need to use them to heal my characters, obviously. Okay, so with the right prep, we should be able to one-turn kill Yanfei, or at the very least survive anything that he can throw at us. I'm gonna wait. I'm not quite ready yet. Put this group here. And then we're gonna want Sumia to be ready to fly in and kill the boss, if and when the situation presents itself. Having Chrom standing here also gives a charm bonus to Saria, because she's going to be standing here. She'll be within 3 ranges. That's going to improve her hit rate against Yanfei, which is important because he has very high evasion. He has 78 evasion. Is Cynthia going to die thanks to the DOT? No, it doesn't kill you. It only drops you to 1 damage. Alright, you go over here. Alright. Just stand here for now, I guess. I don't know. Stand here. Heal you. Okay, so we're gonna want... I kind of want Noe to be behind Saria. It's gonna take a while to get her all the way back over here, though. Alright guys, get ready to sit through some animations. Oh, I got a Netter. That's really good for training staff using characters, because you can just use it over. It doesn't give a lot of experience, but you can just use it over and over again. It doesn't heal for very much, which kind of allows you to use it like a bunch of times. And it doesn't waste your more valuable heal and mend staff charges that actually, you know, heal characters to full. Okay. So I'm gonna want Saria here, Noe here, Chrom here, And then I guess like Lisa and Olivia here. Let me see what my combat looks like. He does not double me. I should be able to double him with rally speed. Yes, I can double him once I get rally speed. He does not double me. My accuracy is not great, but charm will increase that to I think 90. Plus the bonus from having Noie next to me might increase it by 5 more. I'm not sure. It's going to depend on a few things. So there's no way that he can kill me, I don't think. He can deal 9 times 5. He can deal 45 damage, so there's no possible way for him to kill me. So if I'm going to stand here, I don't want to dual strike. I'm going to go like this. I want Noie behind me. I need to rally speed. Well, do I want to double him or do I want to fight him over multiple turns? I'd rather fight him for multiple turns. Go like this, and then Chrom here will give us the charm bonus. So we shouldn't kill him this turn unless we crit, and he cannot kill us. I'm gonna have to skip this because the animation will lag the game. Looks like we hit him. He missed us. We hit him. So we're in a great position. We can actually just do that for one more turn. We're just getting free experience, basically. And we must have crit him there. It's fine. 69 experience, very nice. We got the Amatsu. I tend to not really use the Amatsu very much. Because it's locked to like Swordmaster, which is a class that I typically don't really use. Especially not in the lead position. Noble Rapier is actually good. But I don't have any characters in the Lord class. Yeah, he doesn't have any room for Lunatic Plus skills. Hey Devin, welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is a really strange map. It's basically, you start at the top, and then all of the platforms collapse into lava as you work your way from top to bottom. So you have to clear the enemies quickly so that you don't get stuck on the platforms as they're falling into the lava. Duke Nuka, thank you for the GG. This volcano would be a lot less dangerous if someone had invented water magic or ice magic. Yeah, you know what? Actually, it's kind of weird that there's like not really any water or ice magic in Fire Emblem. It's always like wind, fire, and lightning, but like, there's no like water and ice. Got that sea support, Noisaria. Very nice. Severa and Noire are working on theirs. Let's read it. It hurts. Noire, are you alright? Severa, What's wrong? Are you hurt? I was making medicinal tea, a compound of herbs. I boiled them and drank the tea, and now it feels like my stomach is tied in knots. Since when do you know how to mix medicines? I don't. I just threw in whatever looked like an herb. You what? Gods, are you insane? Your stomach is fragile enough without you dumping weird potions into it. That's what the medicine was supposed to fix. Ugh. Oh, this is just too absurd. I thought maybe if my body were stronger, I'd be less meek too. Then I wouldn't be such a scaredy cat, and I wouldn't have to bug you all the time.
Any complaints?
Well, it totally doesn't help either of us if your guts turn inside out. No, you're right, I'm sorry. Look, just lie down for a bit, okay?
Yes.
Alright, I'll fetch you some water and some real medicine. Don't move till I get back, alright? Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
That's it. God, she is such a handful. And why is it always my hands she's filling? Ultimate tsundere behavior. Fimbulvetter is actually ice. Yeah, that's true. There is a blizzard tone, but it's not in every Fire Emblem game. What games is it in? I forgot about Fimbulvetter, though. Hey, Shiny Garchomp. In DS Shadow Dragon, there is a blizzard spell. Swordmaster isn't very good. Engage is even worse. You guess someone like Inigo could do Arms Thrift Amatsu Soul? You know, I have to say, as much as I hate on... Well, I don't hate on Arms Thrift, but I think Arms Thrift is very overrated. If you were going to do an Arms Thrift build, probably the best use case for it would be for the Amatsu. Specifically because of the fact that the Amatsu can't be replaced when it breaks. So in theory, like using Arms Thrift to use the Amatsu infinitely is like probably the best use case for it, but it's still very overrated. You have to set the speed to 2 times and then hold the slowdown button in the game during combat animations, and that stops the lag. That sounds like way too much. I'm not doing that much. I'm not doing that. Alright, what else are we doing today? What do you guys think? Ooh, Brave Bow. That is extremely tempting. I really want that Brave Bow. The only problem is, like, the main character to use it would be Chrom. Right now, my other characters wouldn't be able to equip it yet. And we don't necessarily have a lot of money. Although we did just get a bullion. 5,000 plus a second. Well, we kind of need to keep the second seals. We don't need any more master seals because we don't have anyone left to promote. But like second seals, we kind of need those because we are going to be jumping classes. We are going to be resetting to level 1, etc. We don't really have a lot of stuff to sell either. But it's a Brave Bow and it's on sale, right? Yeah, I mean, we're absolutely going to buy a Brave Bow at some point during the run. So, A, getting it early, and B, getting it on sale, I think is worth it. So, we have a couple different things we could do. I actually don't even know where we're going next. It's, what is it, up here? Oh god, Valm Castle approach. I remember this map. This is not going to be something we're going to do today. This is going to be something I'm gonna have to take like a week or two to prepare for before I would feel confident streaming this chapter. There is one thing you can do. You can one-turn kill Walhart pretty reliably. Maybe I'll show that off. Yeah, let's see if we can get a one-turn kill on Walhart. So who would be my best boss killer? That's the question. Who's my best boss killer right now? 37, 32. Wow, my Saria is now stronger than my Robin. She's just flat out stronger. She has more speed, she has more attack, she has more HP. And then on top of the fact that she's getting the hero bonuses, support bonuses, which are better than the sorcerer support bonuses, she's actually straight up just our lead unit. Okay, so the problem with getting the one-turn kill, I think, with this squad is going to be that we don't really have a good boss killer. I don't think Lucina is going to be one-turn killing Walhart. Does he have... I mean, he doesn't have dragon skin, right? Okay, so in theory, we could one-turn kill him with Lon Ku using lethality. Let's try that a couple times. I think that would be funny. So we would want to be standing... How much speed does Lon Ku have? Wow, our speed is actually not that good. Could we do it with a speed tonic? Alright, let's do some research. We really want to double here if possible. How much speed do we get from Noe? We only get 1 speed from Noe. That means we're not going to be able to double him. Well, here's the thing, though. We don't need to use Noe, because we're going for lethality procs anyway. Right? Also, we need to make sure that he can't kill us with Soul. Is it 1-2 range? Oh, it's actually only 1 range, so he can't kill us. So all we need to do is proc lethality. So we need a character who's going to give us a speed bonus. So, like... Oh, we could also rally speed, of course, yeah. So we would rally speed. We would go like this. I'm not doing this effectively at all. This is like a really dumb way of doing it. I love that they give you an extra deployment slot here too. So what I would do is I would pair up a staff user with her. I would go over here. I would pull Olivia. Olivia would dance for my staff user. I would go up here. I would pull the Lon Ku pairing. And then I would attack Walhart. So what I want to do is probably pair him up with somebody who's going to give him a lot of skill. So he has 42 right now, 42 speed right now. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. 42 is just enough. So with rally speed, we can double him. All right, let's reset. With rally speed, we can double. With a skill pair up, we can maximize our chances of proccing lethality. Let me go to Seren's Forest. This is going to be funny. This is absolutely worth doing. I'm not going to keep this attempt. I'm just going to do this just to do it, just because it's fun. And then we'll come back in a couple weeks and I'll show off like a real strategy for beating this chapter. But if you want to do it, if you want to just like one turn clear this chapter, this is how you would do it. So let me... What am I looking for? Pair up? Skill. Tactician, Grandmaster, Cavalier, Paladin, Mercenary, Hero might be the way to go. Sniper and Bow Knight. Actually, I'm pretty sure Sniper will be it. Sniper Crom. Yeah, so Sniper Crom will give him +6. The only other consideration would be if he has support ranks with somebody. Like A rank support with somebody other than Noe. Does Wyvern Lord give skill? Yeah, Wyvern Lord doesn't give skill, so he can get +6 from Crom, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do this. We're going to pair up Crom with Lonku. We need Lisa here, and we need Olivia, I don't know, here. It doesn't really matter. Then we need our rally characters around here. She doesn't have rally skill yet. Oh, that's crazy. I will say that just killing the boss... Oh, she has rally skill again. Just killing the boss isn't really, like, the end goal here with this chapter. I'll even use a skill tonic, in fact. In fact, let's go like this. I can use multiple save slots here. I can save over this file because I'm not going to use this file anymore. I was doing that for testing earlier in the week. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to use a skill tonic. If I had a secret book, I would give it to him. I don't think I have any. I don't have any secret books, okay. So we're going to maximize our chance. Save into this file, the one that we're not using, and then press start. Okay, so this should work. Now, I will say, if you are going for a one-turn clear, it's better to look at the enemies on the map, and any of the characters that are not involved in helping to kill Walhart, what you should do is use them to kill other characters on the map, either to loot items or just to get experience. Like if you want to get this elixir, you could have someone run over and get this elixir. You could get this Arcwind's Tome. You could just kill enemies for experience, you know, just do anything like that. Now I have read, and this is absolutely false, so if you read this, don't trust it. Somebody wrote that if you leave a character in range of Walhart, Walhart will always attack first before any of the other enemies, so that if you can kill him on enemy phase, you can get a one-turn clear that way. It's just flat out false. It's not true. I can't remember where I read it. Somebody wrote it in like one of the guides, like on the wiki or something. It's just false. It's just not true. I've done it before. I've personally done it. I've left a character in range of Walhart, and what happened is like all of these paladins and dark knights ran over and attacked them first. So keep that in mind. Anyway, I'm not going to count my tiles. I'm just going to kind of wing it. So I'm going to go like this. Go here. Switch. Staff. Rescue. What if I do this instead? No, this is better. Staff. Oh no, hold on, I have to do my rallies first. Don't forget to do your rallies. Rally here. Rally here, and I have to rally movement as well. That was the big one. I was forgetting to rally movement, which is like the biggest deal. Like you have to rally your movement. So we go like this. Now this pair can go a lot further. They can go here, switch, staff, rescue, Olivia. Olivia dances for them. Let me just move her out of the way. Okay, so I have to figure out what is my staff range. It is 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we can get all the way up there. No problem. Something like this probably works. Oh god, don't do that. It doesn't really matter, I would just reset instantly. So we go like this, we grab Lonku. We actually have a Brave Bow, yeah, we just got it, but I don't think we can use it. I think it's A rank. I'm going to the convoy. Yeah, we'd have to use an arm scroll, which I guess we could do. since this is just a testing file anyway. If we don't get it this turn, I'll use the I'll use the other arm scroll. That way we can attack 4 times and get 4 chances to proc it. Actually, Crom could do it, but he doesn't have lethality. But he could maybe just kill outright. No, definitely not. He deals like pathetic damage. Yeah, so here's the problem with Walhart is you do like almost no damage to him. But the funny thing is we don't really need to do damage. We just need to proc lethality. What is our chance now? It's so 34 plus 12 is 46 divided by 4. Nope. 46 divided by 4 is 11. So we have an 11% chance to instant kill Walhart here.
Are you ready? My turn.
Didn't get it. Alright, we reset. We'll get the Brave Bow. We'll do this one more time. 4 times 11% chance is a lot better. Saria is basically like Dark Mage Robin with a speed boon and also doesn't have to suffer the awful first 10 levels of training. I don't think Robin's first 10 levels of training are that bad at all, but I do agree that Saria, like, this run has really made me appreciate how, like, I typically use her as as a backup unit for someone else, which is the way that you use Henry, and Henry's pretty good at that. What I didn't really realize is how good she is as a primary combat unit. Like, she has really impressed me this run. I think she is just as good, if not better, than Gem 1 Robin. If you're comparing them like apples to apples, if you're using both of them as Nosferatu tanks, I think she is very close to being just as good. She might even be better than Robin, especially when you consider the fact that you don't have to train her. Alright, so let's go to Lonku. We're going to use an arm scroll. We're going to give him the Brave Bow. Excuse me, I have the hiccups again. Brave Bow, we have it equipped. We're going to save into this slot, the one that we're actually not using, and we'll run this simulation again. With a Brave weapon, the lethality chance is about 37%. That's awesome. Is Henry good as a primary combat unit? I don't think so. I think he's too slow. But I've been proven wrong before, so maybe somebody could find a way to make him work better. Yeah, this is epic, guys. This is going to be awesome. We will have to deal with the laggy animations, but I'm willing to put up with that. So what we would do is, like, because we know that our other characters... Let me pull Lunku up here first. Okay, so oh god, I forgot to pair up Crom with him. I'm sorry, guys. Let me focus on the game, and then I'll re-chat. I'm chatting to my own detriment. I'm just not that good of a streamer, guys. I'm not good at reading chat and playing the game at the same time. It's just not one of my skills. All right, make sure we pair these two up. Pair these two up. Do our rallies. Grab Lonk. Okay, so if we were going to do this, like, in my opinion, if you're going to do this in a real run, even if you're going to skip the map with a boss kill, what you should do is look at these remaining units and think about how they could pick up kills and get experience, because enemy phase is never going to happen if you kill Walhart. So what we could do is, like, we could have Noire get some kills, we could have Morgan get some kills, we could have Robin and Saria get some kills, we could have Lucina and Severa get some kills. We could also do, like, a better usage, like, we could use a better combination of characters up here, or better use of our rallies so that we're not wasting characters who we could have doing other things. Are there any other items worth grabbing that are nearby, like, close enough to get? Unfortunately, most of the items that you can get are, like, pretty far away. So you'd have to use Gale Force characters to get them. Like, you could have a Gale Force character come over here, kill one of these guys, and then kill this guy, and then potentially clear the map, or pick up the items that way in the corners by using Gale Force to springboard your way over there. If not, you're pretty unlikely to get the item drops. Snow Warning says, I would be better at keeping up with chat if I didn't attract this many dedicated viewers. Yeah, I mean, it's it's a blessing, I guess. I'm gonna unequip Chrom because him dual striking doesn't really add anything here. Alright, so we have 4 chances to proc lethality now. Could I have Morgan rally to further the skill? I don't think Morgan has any rallies, do they? Did I give them any rallies? I don't think I gave them any rallies. Is it viable to kill Walhart like this and miss out on the rest of the experience? I think the best approach is that instead of doing what we're doing here, what you should do is fight the enemies for like 2 or 3 turns and then go for the 1-turn kill on Walhart. But you wouldn't do it this way. You wouldn't do it with like a Lonku like lethality thing. You would do it with like a guaranteed method. So what I would normally do, and what I'll probably going to do next week, is set up a strategy where I'm fighting the enemies on the bottom half of the map for about 2 turns and getting my characters into like this position here near this fort. And then on the 3rd turn, when I'm starting to feel like the enemies are overwhelming me, what I'll do is I'll have 2 characters run up here and just kill Walhart on player phase. Like 2 of my actually strong characters, the ones who don't have to rely on lethality procs. Because that way you get about half the experience on the map, you can usually get most or all of the items, and you can get the Walhart kill. And it doesn't matter if you don't get all of the kills, because like at this point, our team is pretty much complete anyway. The extra levels, from now on, extra levels are really just a way for us to have better stat padding against the enemy inflated stats. The other thing is that when you get to this point in the game, it's a really good idea to start paralog chaining before you do this chapter, because this is the last chapter that has like a huge difficulty spike. So if you and most of the paralogs are beatable at this point. So if you just do all the paralogs now, you'll be ready like to deal with the rest of the game. All right, let's do it. Lethality. Lethality. Come on, Lonku. All right, didn't get it. All right, I'm not gonna yap for 15 more minutes this time. I'm just gonna go right in and just do it. Trickster Henry sounds fun. He has Lock Touch, Hex, Anathema, and Staff Access. So unfortunately, Awakening does not work like Fates at all, especially with skill inheritance. Turning Henry into a Trickster will not give him Lock Touch. He will never get Lock Touch. You have to send him back into level 1 Thief, which is atrocious. It's something you should never do. It's not viable. Alright, so let me look at Morgan. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, Morgan doesn't have any rallies. But Henry is still good, and it is still good to... Trickster is one of his good classes. I think Trickster and Berserker are probably his best classes. He does fine in Sorcerer, but the thing about Sorcerer is that it doesn't give speed, and speed is just so crucial. The only reason I would use Sorcerer Henry is on a character who doesn't need speed, which is like it's like pretty rare. Like, try to think of a character who doesn't need speed at all. I'll wait. Assassin has a high speed stat modifier, and he has a 65 speed growth in Assassin, so the good speed pair up, you sincerely doubt he has trouble doubling. Who are you talking about? Oh, Henry? I never really thought about using Henry in Assassin. I'd have to look at it. It might be doable. It's just not something I've done before. I've mostly used him in either Berserker or what was the other one that I just said? Trickster. Just because he's a better magical unit. He does better in Trickster, and then Berserker just because Berserker gives really awesome stats to his para partner. Alright. Can we do it? We should get this eventually. We'd only need to reset like... Yes! Oh my god, that's epic, guys. Look at that. Yeah, Aegis. Aegis? What do you think about Aegis? You buffoon. You absolute clown. You brought Aegis to a lethality fight. You think you have won? I think I have won, yeah. I think Lonku just got goated. That was so awesome. Got a nice level up too for his treble. That was sick. I love doing that. Get soul. Stage complete. Yep. it actually works on every single enemy in the game except for the only enemies that this doesn't work on is Grima at the very end of the game. Grima is immune to lethality, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. I want to play test it myself personally because I've seen conflicting information, and I would like to play test it myself personally and get video evidence as to whether or not it works. The other thing is enemies in Apotheosis. If Grima is immune to it, then the enemies in Apotheosis will also be immune to it. But once again, I have not play tested that myself. He's very poetic for someone who fell off his horse. There we go. That was sick. Wow. Hey, Winnie the Pooh. Welcome to the stream. Fastest Ellery clear. Can we do it again for chapter 20 for fun as well? Yeah, we'll do it again in the future when we get to chapter 20. He is immune, says Olerin. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't believe you, but I've seen conflicting information, so I want to test it myself. If I see conflicting information on something, then the only way I'm going to believe it is if I see video evidence or if I test it myself. And I would rather test it myself, just because I might as well do it. I'm going to go there anyway. You just learned a new English word, Phi. I learned Phi from, it's in Etrian Odyssey. It's in one of the Etrian Odyssey games. I can't remember which one, but it's in the intro cutscene at the beginning. Alright, I'm actually going to delete this save file so I don't accidentally load this one. There you go. And I'm going to head back to our main save file now. So yeah, what I would normally do is try to set up either, if I'm going to go for the Wallheart kill, if you're going to go for the Wallheart boss kill, the important thing... Sorry, hold on a second. If you're going to go... God, why is my throat so dry today? If you're going to go for the Wallheart boss kill, the important thing to keep in mind is that you do not have to do it on turn 1. Like, there's no obligation, there's no rule saying that you have to do like a 1-turn clear. So instead, what you should do is fight as many enemies as you can, and then when you get to a situation where you're going to be overwhelmed, then run forward and kill Wallheart. You can even do it specifically on the turn before the ambush spawns appear, so that you never have to deal with the ambush spawns. Like, you have so much flexibility other than just trying to rush everything with a 1-turn clear. The other thing is that even if you are going to do it on turn 1, make sure you kill some of these enemies first, just to pick up a little bit of stray experience. I don't have it in me to do this chapter today. I'm going to look at Manor of Lost Souls, but I don't think we're going to do Manor of Lost Souls either. So I'm trying to think about what to do. We can either just kind of do a short stream today. I mean, 3 hours is not really a short stream. It's just not as long as the 8-hour streams that I've been doing. Let me close this bottom window. So we have 2 paralogs available now. This one here, Divine Dragon Grounds, I have 0 confidence that I will be able to beat this. I've actually never beaten this one on Lunatic Plus. There's, sorry, my roommate is shouting something, but they just shouted one word and they're not continuing to shout, so I'm not going to mute my mic unless they start yelling more annoyingly. Not my roommate, sorry, person who lives down the hall. What is the word for that? Someone who lives in the same building. It's not roommate, it's like something. Manor of Lost Souls I think we could beat today, but that's only if I felt like doing it, which I really don't feel like doing it. I just don't have the energy. But anyway, yeah, I've actually never beaten this chapter on Lunatic Plus. Apparently there's a trick to it, where like if you have your characters stand like in a specific formation around Tiki, they can't get past your characters, and so they'll always just stand there, and they won't attack you because they want to attack Tiki instead. The problem is, I'm pretty sure that strategy, number one, I've never actually mastered it before, so I don't know exactly the details of how to set it up and what the positioning is. Number two, I don't think it works on Lunatic Plus. I think it works on Lunatic. I don't think it would work on Lunatic Plus. Because on Lunatic Plus, the enemies with Pass would just run right through your units and attack Tiki. Or if you completely block off Tiki, the enemies without Pass will probably attack your units. Although I'm not sure if that's true. But either way, we would have to do some playtesting to figure it out. I guess, I mean, I don't know. Let's just do one attempt. Let's just do one attempt for the sake of playtesting. If anyone in the chat wants to explain how the trick works, feel free to do so. The other problem is you actually need like 9 characters capable of surviving combat against Lunatic plus level enemies, which is that's a that's a dubious proposition. She supports with Anna. Yeah, that's like probably the best thing about her. Or rather, I would say it fixes the worst thing about Anna, which is her lack of supports. They ignore anyone and they go for Tiki, but if they can't find a way to reach Tiki, they will attack us, yeah. So it would have to be like enemies with pass would ignore us because they would try to reach Tiki, even if they couldn't reach her. But the enemies without pass would attack us. And we don't have 9 characters who can... In fact, you would need 4 characters capable of surviving against Lunatic, and on the corners, you would need 4 additional characters who are capable of like getting hit by 2 or 3 Lunatic plus enemies in a single turn. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I don't know. People always talk about this strategy. In my opinion, I have never been able to get it to work. So I don't understand it. Maybe there is something to it. The trick is to surround Tiki and force them to attack Tiki, but that only works on regular Lunatic. Oh, force them to fight your army. Even on Lunatic, like I struggle doing it on Lunatic because like how would you have 9 characters capable of surviving combat against these enemies? You might have like 3. You're not gonna have 9. Like that's absurd. Alright, let's do one test run. And then we'll do one, like, actually sort of planned out run. We're definitely not beating this chapter today, so don't get your hopes up. One of the annoying things, too, is these trees. They stop you from actually reaching the enemies and killing them. I guess we could stand in range of the guy with the spear. Like this. We should be able to one-round him. What's our speed? We actually... Maybe we might even just like one turn kill him without our support partner. So 37 plus 22. $59 minus 25. That's 34 times 2 is 68. We actually one turn kill him without our support partner. So let's do this. We can remain unpaired. Then we would put... Where is she? Cynthia. I want to see if I can rally speed for her first. Alright, what's on this side? Pegasus. There's one with a spear as well. We can enemy face him. The group on the south are Griffins. The Griffins are going to be a pain. Alright, let's see about enemy phasing this peg. This is... or Falconite, I suppose. I think the way to do it would be... Wow, they all spawned with counter, by the way. The way to do it would be like this. And then... I don't know, Henry's not really going to do anything of value. So... Okay, so every single enemy spawned with counter, by the way. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All 8 of these enemies on the left side spawn with counter. And I haven't really done this. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I'm going to do it now. I'm going to calculate what are the odds of enemies spawning with a specific skill. That way, every time we get one of these cases where like 8 enemies spawn with the same skill, we can calculate like what are the chances of that actually happening. So there are 7 Lunatic plus skills. So there's a 1 out of 7 chance to get counter, and then if you don't get it, then there's a 1 out of 6 chance to get counter. So there's a 14% chance followed by a 16% chance. So we have to do... You have to do like... It's like 100 minus 14. 100 minus 16. So it would be like an 86 times an 84% chance for it to not happen. So like a 72% chance for it to not happen. And so 72% chance to not get counter. So the chance to get counter is 27%. So there's a 27% chance for any given enemy to get counter. So if we raise that to the 8th power, there's like a less than 0.3% chance for 8 enemies in a row to all spawn with counter. But it is what it is. They're gonna do what they want to do. We can't really stop them. What I probably should have done is had Long Ku here. And then I could move Cynthia and Lucina down here to deal with these enemies. Because I don't think Long Ku can get down there. Maybe he can. Gotta keep in mind that they all have counter. But I can fight the ones with the tomahawks at 2 range. Will they always attack at 2 range, or will they attack at 1 range? That's something that is useful to test. Let's go over here. I guess... Let's go here. And then dance for you. How many hits can she take? 45, 42. So 129 damage, minus 24, minus 24, minus 24. We can't quite take it. We can actually do it with a defense tonic. Who gets rally defense in this game, by the way? It's general, right? None of them... Oh, one of them has Hawkeye. Alright, let's just do this. Let's just assume we're going to maybe dodge 1 attack or something. Go hand axe. We're going to be fishing for steel bow, dual strikes. This is not going to be our opener, but it's like something that's like resembles what could maybe eventually be an opener. Henry here might accomplish something. And then this pair, I do not know what to do with them. Maybe put them on the right-hand side. I'm pretty sure they could fight this guy. The other problem is that this map has like a ton of ambush spawns. Honestly, playing around the ambush spawns is probably the toughest part. Alright, let's see what happens. They didn't attack. Okay. So they won't attack you as long as Tiki is exposed. It's been a while since I've attempted this map, so I'm kind of relearning things that I probably should have already known. Yeah, I don't think being swarmed by a bunch of flyers is very fun either. Let's go to the chapters page on the wiki. I want to see what turn the ambush spawns drop. Honestly, and this map in particular, if this map did not have ambush spawns, I think it would be significantly better designed. This is just one where like it's just like the ambush spawns just don't really make sense for this chapter specifically. It's balanced around like mitigating a flow of incoming enemies, and that doesn't really work. I have no idea which chapter I'm looking for, by the way. What is this chapter called? I straight up cannot find it. Scion of Legend, no. It would be after the Child Paralogs. So it wouldn't be Daughter of Dragons. It's not Thread of Silence. Is it Dead King's Lament? Does that even make sense? No, that's Gangrel. Wallheart. I'm so confused. I have no idea where Tiki is on the list. Someone just tell me. It's not 2 out of 7. It's 1 out of 7 followed by 1 out of 6. It's Thread of... Oh, it is Thread of Silence. Okay. Let me go back. I was looking at that one and I thought it wasn't it, so I went away right away. I went back from the page right away. There's like information that you have to know about this chapter to be able to play it correctly. If they do completely ignore my characters, then I think I can win even with the ambush spawns in mind. So the problem is, okay, yeah, so starting from turn 2, 3, 4, and 5, you get a ton of you get basically a wave of reinforcements on each flank. The other problem is, I think you have to kill the... I don't think killing the boss stops the ambush spawns, but I could be wrong. There's not any information on it. We could test whether killing the boss stops the ambush spawns. That might be worth doing. So let's test that while we're here. So if killing the boss stops the ambush spawns, I think getting Tiki would be pretty easy. Yeah, I know the enemies ignore you when they go for Tiki, but like I don't understand like the full implications. Like when I know there are situations where they will attack you, so I'm trying to figure out what are those situations. Like let's say these characters, like let's say two of these Pegasus and two of these Wyverns move over here and they attack Tiki, and there's no more valid spaces. Will the other two attack my characters? And then also like you kind of just need to kill all of these enemies anyway, like every single turn. But let's say we kill all of these enemies. What about the ambush spawns? When the ambush spawns come out, well, like, are they going to attack my characters, or are they just going to ignore us? Because if they ignore us, I might be okay. But if they attack us, I'm going to be completely screwed. I should actually do this. This is a case where having a strong full team of characters and having them unpaired really plays to your advantage, because it allows us to do this. Like we get a ton of clearing done. Now the issue is over here we didn't clear as many enemies as I would have liked. Can I dance for you? I can. Let me do that. That allows me to do this, which allows me to do this. I'm gonna fish for dual strikes here. Got it. Now if I go like this, I can do the same. No matter what happens, we're not keeping this clear. I'm just making that clear right now. I said that at the beginning, but that was kind of based on the assumption that we were not going to succeed. But like, even if we do succeed, I'm not going to keep this clear, because I want to do more like testing on this map, especially if we get the clear in a way that's like not what I expected. All right, which of these characters are the most dangerous? They kind of all have the same skills, I guess. Let's get rid of this one while we can. Is there any way for me to double him? Also, I don't like the fact that he has Tomahawk. Speed 29, 27. How much speed do I get? I should get speed, right? Like 4 or 5 speed, 6 speed. Okay, so I can remove this guy. And then we're going to confirm whether or not defeating the boss removes or stops the ambush spawns. The other thing is that if you can kill all of the enemies on turn 1, you just beat the map, and then you don't have to deal with like anything else because the map's already cleared, you've already beaten it. I definitely want... Lucina here. Can I target one that doesn't have a Tomahawk, so that I don't have to take any damage, so that I'll be at full health at the start of next turn? I think that's a good idea. I see what you're saying now, Tricky. The odds of them not spawning with counter is 6/7 minus 5/6, which you think is equal to 5/7. I don't know if that's true, though. Hold on. I'd have to write it down. It's been a while since I've done fractions in my head. I'd have to do them on paper, but I don't think that's... I mean, it might be like close to correct, but I don't think that's how you subtract fractions. You'd have to find the common denominator for the two, and then it wouldn't be 7 because 6 doesn't divide into 7. So you'd end up with some other number. You'd end up with So you have to do 7 times 6, which is 40. Hold on a second. Do I have anything I can write on right now? I have a whiteboard, but I don't want to mess with the whiteboard because the markers make my head hurt. I can use the notepad on the computer. Yeah, see, it's 36 over 42 minus 35 over 42. So 36 minus 35. But that leaves you with 1 over 42, which seems not correct. So we're still doing something wrong. Neff, I know that it says that on the wiki. We've already, or at least in my opinion, we've concluded that's not actually true. At the very least, it's not true on Lunatic Plus. $30 over 42, which is 5 over 7. Okay, yes, you've explained it in a better way now. I think that's actually true. Is 30 over 42. Is the same as 5 over 7. Okay, yeah, so it works that way, okay. I thought you were trying to subtract 6 over 7 minus 5 over 6, which is definitely not anything. Hey Z-Man, welcome to the stream, by the way. I'm sorry I didn't give you a shout out earlier. We got kind of distracted on this. Having Lucina and Cynthia with free Gale Force helps so much. Yeah, they finally started to come online. They were very disappointing for a very long time. I think giving that arm scroll to Lucina was the thing that we needed to do. And it really shows the value of like weapon ranks on characters. Like just having access to this forged iron bow makes her significantly stronger. Alright, so we're going to do... I think I can physic here. Where's the target? There she is. And then we'll just go like this, I guess. The reason it doesn't work on Lunatic Plus is because the enemies have pass, so they would just like go right through your character. And then if you block all of the squares around Tiki and they can't reach her, like if they can't pass through you and reach her, then they'll just attack your characters, and then you have 9 characters who are exposed to Lunatic Plus enemy attacks. Okay, so it looks like ambush spawns... Number 1, ambush spawns will continue even after the boss is defeated. However, they will ignore your characters when they spawn, even if they should otherwise have lethal on those characters. Like, they're completely ignoring Olivia. That's a big deal. We need to use that to our advantage. The fact that they ignore Olivia is something that we can use to our advantage. This means if we do everything correctly, we just need to kill like a couple of enemies per turn and stop them from ever reaching Tiki. The best way to do that is by remaining unpaired. I do not like that crit chance. This works better. I'm gonna run out of javelin charges before the end, by the way. Can she kill this guy? No, she's not fast enough. I could do it with a Robin pair up, but that removes Robin from the table, so then I wouldn't have Robin available anymore. Which I think is probably okay. Go like this. I have 4 more enemies to get rid of. That's an unfortunate skill. This one we can take, but then we have her stuck here with a bunch of woods in the way. Maybe that works. What you can do, you can block the movement of the ones who don't have pass and force them to go around you. But honestly, this is such a like all hands on deck type situation. I don't think you really have the luxury to base your positioning around that kind of like idea. This one's going to be pretty tough to get rid of. And so is this one, in fact. We can do this. I think we're going to get overwhelmed next turn. Okay, Okay, which of these enemies would I rather get rid of now? It's gonna be this one here. He does have a tomahawk, though. Is that fine? Probably. Just means I might not be able to fight a tomahawk next turn. If I can't get healed, but I think I can get healed anyway. Yeah, effective damage. Getting access to the effective weapons is, like, clutch. So we would go like this. Okay, so now we have 2 left to get rid of, and we do have 2 units available. Is there anything that Henry can do? Not really. I'd honestly, if I was like struggling with this map, what I would do is replace Henry with an additional staff user. Alright, so we want Sumia to get rid of this one, because we're mostly relying on Crom just to get a dual strike anyway. As he did. And then over here, we go like this. We won't trigger Gale Force, because we've already triggered it, but at the very least, it just gets rid of the enemy. Yeah, so like if I had another staff user right now, I could use them to physic Lucina back to full, which would be important next turn. What I can do is this. Henry can stand here. That will force the enemy back 1 square. Okay, so this is kind of a repeat of the last turn. We just have to clear all these enemies. Clearing all of them is going to be the part that's not as easy as it sounds. Especially because we just paired up characters who weren't paired up before. I wonder if Tiki can take like a single round of combat even from these guys. Probably not. Like, I think everything on the map doubles her. These guys don't double her, so the Wyvern Lords don't double her. But they deal a lot of damage. It's not enough to one-shot her. So if we keep like 1 Wyvern Lord alive, she might be okay. But everything else will kill her. Why is Henry here? He's just part of my main squad that I bring to every chapter. Because I have him pairing up with Lisa. And I didn't really do it, like I didn't do any prep before this. We were just looking at the chapter, we were just looking at the map, and then I said I was going to do a test attempt, and then I hit start. If you want to use Tiki, you should probably use Anna. I don't really want to use Tiki. I don't really use her, like, ever. I don't like the Manakete class. I mean, let me look at her alternate class set. I guess she probably would make a good Sage or something. Like, what does she actually have? I honestly think Sayri's better, because Sayri has, where is Sayri? Sayri has Dark Flyer, so she can get Gale Force. Yeah, Sayri has Myrmidon, Pegasus Knight, Wyvern, as opposed to Tiki, who has Manakete, Mage, Wyvern. And Manakete and Mage are worse than Pegasus Knight. So Sayri is just better overall. The problem is Sayri, like, has even fewer, like, Sayri has, like, no supports. She can typically survive 1 round as long as it's not by one of the enemies that doubles her. So we can't let the Griffins get to her, but we could theoretically leave, like, 1 Wyvern alive. The problem is if you leave 1 Wyvern alive, that's just going to cause even more problems, right? Because then we'd have a Wyvern alive on the next turn that if we weren't able to get rid of it this turn, how are we going to get rid of it next turn when we're getting swarmed by even more enemies, right? Like, that's always the logic. Or the puzzle. Gotta go back to the enemy stats page too. These enemies I can keep alive for 1 turn. I think what I need to do is have Longku start getting back to the center to help with clearing enemies. Because then we can do like this. And then I can dance here. Now, the big problem is this guy. We would need a dual strike to get the kill. Or we would go like this. Try to kill him this way. But that actually doesn't kill, so we would need a dual strike in that case too. So yeah, we just need a dual strike. We just need a dual strike here. Or a crit. Got it. It's funny that all the dragon characters can also ride a dragon as part of their class set. Maybe they're tired from being dragons. Steel bow. Should be fine here. I think the next... Hold on a second. It's turn 4 right now, right? So we have a round of enemies coming right now in enemy phase, and then on next turn we have another round of enemies coming on enemy phase. So yeah, this is very dubious. Like I do not think we're gonna win. We're gonna get overwhelmed in like one more turn. Because we're already behind like a turn. We need Sumia, Cynthia, and Lucina all to kill multiple enemies here. Can I take a spear? Let me see what defensive skills these guys have. This guy's very scary. I think Sumia needs to fight him. This guy's whatever. Don't care. Alright, let's do this. Then I have to go here. So there's two lines of play here. One of them is to get this guaranteed kill with Lucina. The other is to go for a chance of a kill with Cynthia. I think the guaranteed kill has more value. So let's do this. Ooh, that Aether proc helped a lot. That helped a lot. Okay. So I'm gonna go like this. Wow, we actually don't kill that guy. Or this guy, in fact. Alright, let's go like this. Got that. That sucks. Okay, now we have to see how much damage this guy does to us. Also, Crumb's bow just broke. We didn't bring enough equipment with us. 46 minus 13. We would survive that. We really need another staff user, guys. Just go like this, I guess. This sucks because we're gonna take damage. Oh, what I can do is go into the convoy and grab a steel bow. If I had one, I would. Is the iron bow enough? 20. Yeah. I really want to dodge this. Nice dodge. They keep increasing the number of ambush enemies. It's 7, 8, 10, and then a larger wave on the next turn. Is that true? I thought it was the same every turn. Let's see. Turn 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's... Turn 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's 8, 8, 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 8, 8, 9, 10. That's the exact, number. I'm gonna have Henry stand here. So the tricky thing is we just barely were able to clear all of the enemies last turn, so I don't really see any possible way that we're gonna be able to clear all of the enemies this turn. The best thing we could, or the only thing we could really do is like leave one Wyvern Lord alive, because we know that they won't one-turn kill Tiki, but then on the next turn we're gonna have additional enemies that we also couldn't deal with. So I don't really see this working, especially because these Dark Flyers are also extremely scary. And we have a lot of them flying around. I guess the only thing I could say about the Dark Flyers and the Falcon Knights is that Cynthia could maybe kill one of them. which would give us an extra action. I mean, that's 2 chances to dual strike. 46. Plus 30. Yeah, I mean, we could theoretically do it. What turn is this? This is turn 5. So the last group of reinforcements is going to spawn on enemy phase this turn. In your experience, this map gets more and more unmanageable with each passing turn. Yeah, I tend to just get overwhelmed right around this point. This is like the point where you start to get overwhelmed, which it makes sense now that we've seen that what happens is the enemies increase in numbers every turn. So we know that leaving one Wyvern alive is okay. This Rexcalibur is pretty nasty. I think I have to get rid of him with Lunku. Honestly, this was just supposed to be a test attempt anyway. We just kind of ended up doing way better than I expected us to do. So with that in mind, I'm not going to sit here and spend 30 minutes trying to think about how to clear it. I'm just going to power through it. Does have advantage, but he's a ranged attacker anyway. So if we just get rid of... So here's the thing, I don't see how we can clear all of these Wyvern Lords. I don't think we have enough actions available. In fact, I have no idea how we lost so many actions. Because we cleared every single enemy last turn, right? So why are there so many more this turn? There should only be 1 extra enemy this turn, but it feels like there's way more. It feels like there's way more this turn. I have to kill all of the Pegasus, so let me focus on that first. This one's going to be very difficult to remove. This one's going to be extremely difficult to remove. I think I have to use this pair to get rid of this one. And the reason I'm not shooting them down directly with Crom is because that ends the turn with Crom in the lead position, which will completely screw us over. If we end the turn with Crom in the lead position, we might as well just give up. Because we need Sumia's ability to fly across the map. Okay. Kill this guy. So it's the same dilemma as last term now. We can have Lucina get a guaranteed kill, or we have to let Cynthia take a chance to get a kill. But in this case, it's not really a choice. Because if Cynthia fails to get a kill here, then we just get a game over anyway. Got the dual strike. Okay, so this is good. This gives us 1 additional action that we didn't have last time. We have to get rid of this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actions remaining to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4 enemies. That's a very thin margin. That is an extremely thin margin. But then we're gonna have all these guys still left, so they're just gonna run over and kill Tiki. Yeah, I don't think we can win from this position. Maybe like Henry or Lisa can help clean up some enemies, but then I don't have any healing this turn. And then next turn I'm just gonna get overwhelmed. I'm gonna have even more enemies. Okay, this might work. Hold on. I wish there was a wind. I wish there was a way for me to get the Elwind Tome without pairing up with Henry. Because what I'd like to do is for Henry to hit something with the Elwind Tome, like this guy. That would improve the combat for our other characters. Alright, let's just focus on chipping, not, I guess, finishing off these Pegasus. Thoron. Can Lucina even take that? She can. I really want an Aether proc on the first hit here. Oh no, she can't because Luna. So let's do this instead. Dual strike. Got it. Okay. This guy's gonna be a problem. I think we need to get Longku to take care of this guy. Will Longku be able to reach? Yes. Nice lethality. So now I can do this. I can put Lucina back in the lead. I can take this Bolgan on. Oh, unfortunately I do not double this one. That's a problem. I can kill him with the glass bow. Man, I really would have loved an Aether proc there. That would have been great, right? Alright, we technically have 3 more attacks. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies left to kill. So at the end there's going to be 2 Wyverns left, and then they're going to kill Tiki. At the end of all this. Despite everything that we've done, there's going to be 2 Wyverns left, and they're going to kill Tiki. I'm actually not even... I don't even think we can kill this Falcon Knight. And that's only assuming that Lisa could actually get a kill. I mean, we can leave that guy alive. I would rather get rid of the one that has Luna. Can she take a hit from him, though? 46. Answer seems to be yes. But unfortunately, he has a skill that prevents me from fighting him. Which actually, in fact, prevents any of my characters from fighting him, so there's no way for me to get rid of him. So let's leave him as one of the ones that's left alive, I guess. So we would do this. But if we don't kill the one with Luna, he's definitely going to kill Tiki. You can use Rescue on Tiki in order to reposition her. Here's the problem. If we rescue her into a new position, then the ambush spawns that come from that side are just going to run over and kill her. So, Skywing, if we pull her over to the left side, we can't kill the left side enemies before they kill her, because they're ambush spawns. They'll come out and they'll kill her right away. You would have to be able to put her into a position that they can't reach, but which also can't be reached by these guys, which is, I guess, like this tile up here. Like, maybe up here she would be safe, but I'm not even 100% sure about that. Like, if I pull her up here, she might be safe, but I can't reach that tile anyway, so it doesn't matter. If I was going to do that, I would have had to plan it better. They don't reach the woods, and neither do the Wyverns. Well, this guy definitely reaches the woods, so you're at least partially wrong about that. But yes, as long as if you pick the right tile, I could see how that could be used for our future strategy. Like if we put her like here, and none of the enemies with ranged weapons, none of the enemies with 2 ranged weapons ever spawn here. If an enemy with a 2 ranged weapon spawns here, they will be able to hit her here. But in theory, if we put her here, we could always focus on like. But I don't really see how that helps though, because then these guys would just fly over on the following turn and just kill her. I don't know. Maybe it helps in the long run. I'm not sure. What we can do is we can have Lisa like somewhere up here when we do a serious attempt in the future, and then just try to like run an interference on the left-hand side, because we're going to be using physics stabs to heal from this position anyway. Anyway, let's just stop delaying the inevitable. Ooh, nice crit. 46 minus 9. I think we actually survive. But we don't kill him, right? We don't kill him because he has Aegis. That was the whole thing. It actually probably would have been better to let Henry keep that, because his dual strike would have done more damage. Yeah, if Henry had kept the tome, we actually could have gotten that kill. Alright, so they're going to fly over and kill Tiki now. And that's the bottom line. It's actually funny that you don't get... Oh, and also they start attacking your characters as soon as Tiki dies. So you don't get a game over, but they do start attacking your characters immediately, which is really bad for us, for reasons as you're seeing right now. Yeah, if you put her on the bush in the corner, I could see it. I could see it could work. It also makes it, if you shield her, then she's only in danger from enemies who attack at 1 to 2 range. I don't think shielding is the play here. I don't think shielding is the play here. On Lunatic Plus, I don't think shielding is the play. I think you have to be more proactive in actually getting rid of the enemies. But these squares right here are very powerful. I do agree with that. I think putting her up here is going to be a smart move. It might eventually pay off. Like, if there's a turn where we can't clear every enemy, we could leave a few enemies over here alive, and then they wouldn't be able to reach her. But then, like I said, the problem with that idea, with that concept, is that on the following turn, you're going to have those 3 enemies over here, in addition to 3 more enemies, in addition to 4 more enemies, in addition to, you know, 4 more enemies from down here. So it just kind of doesn't really work. But, I don't know, maybe it buys you, like, half of an extra turn or something. Like, the way the logic works out. Alright, anyway, you guys can probably guess that I'm actually kind of tired today. I haven't really been very talkative compared to a typical stream. Yeah, shielding could work on the very last turn when they stop spawning. That might be something to keep in mind too. But either way, I'm just not really feeling very chatty today, so... and we've already streamed 3.5 hours, that's pretty good. That's like a normal length for me. It's not as crazy as the 8-hour streams I've been doing, but that's not something I can like keep up on a regular basis. Yeah, you want to be as proactive as possible, but I think you can switch over to a shielding strategy on the last turn. That's something that we'll have to think about. You could also set up enemy phase kills to keep the enemy number down. See, no, that is a problem with the shielding strategy. If you shield her, then on enemy phase, the characters are going to attack you, which means they're going to go after Olivia, and they're just going to kill Olivia. If they kill Olivia, like, the rest of the run is pretty much dead. But either way, thanks to everyone for coming today. Thanks to the people who left likes. Thanks to the people who chatted. I hope you enjoyed the stream as much as I did. It was still a fun one. It was nice to not have, like, an outrageous amount of background noise for once. Like, there was still background noise, but not, like, an absurd amount. But either way, I'm going to head out for now. Enjoy the rest of your day.